Welcome to the Carbon Dino pregame show on KRPX 95.3 The Peak. Brought to you by Landon's Diesel Service. Leave your truck in the hands of those who know diesel engines. Landon's Diesel Service at 540 South 300 West in Price. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Sonny Buscarini.
Welcome to Carbon Dino basketball here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play tonight. We are on the road. We're at Camas, Utah, on the campus of South Summit High School. Second round action in the girls' state 3A tournament tonight. The Lady Dinos battle South Summit. Hello, everybody. I'm Sonny Buscarini, and joining me in the Sutherland's broadcast booth once again, Aiden Mortensen. And Aiden, pleasure to be here with you again tonight. Long drive, but it's going to be worth it tonight to watch the Lady Dinos with an opportunity to move on and play in Utah Valley here in about 10 days. Now, that's the weird thing after tonight. They don't play for 10 days if they win, but it's a must-win.
It's definitely a must-win, Sonny, in the literal sense of the word. It's win or go home tonight.
Right.
You know, this is the second round of the playoffs. Next round moves to the knockout stages, where you will have a double elimination format for these teams. But right now, this is do or die for the Dinos. And Sonny, like you said, weather a little hectic on our way up here, but you know, whether it be the Wasatch front, the Wasatch back, or right now the Wasatch middle, we're going to be with the Dinos, and I'm excited to be here with you.
So as we take a look at the bracket, the Carbon Dinos winning the other night, we were there for that, defeating Ben Lomond 76-13. It was all Lady Dinos in that game from the beginning to the end. They just did anything they want. They played a good game, their last home game of the season, and they move on, and now they play South Summit tonight. South Summit getting a bye in the first round. They are the 3 seed. The Dinos are the 14th seed. The winner of this game will play on the 24th against the winner of Union and Richfield. Richfield, the 6th seed, Union, the 11th seed, and that game is going on tonight as well. And we'll try to get you updated and keep you updated on that game so you will kind of get an idea of who you might be playing, whoever wins this game, in 10 days. On the 24th, after tonight, is when they play again. A kind of a long break in between games, but that will be at Utah Valley and 10 days away.
Yeah, and some may argue that that's a bad thing. Some people are going to argue it's a good thing. You know, what it's going to be exciting, though, is that means there's still more basketball action to be had, but the Lady Dinos have to take care of business tonight. Like you said, Sonny, they are coming off a 76-13 throttling of the Ben Lomond Scots. And, you know, you got to feel good for Carbon. I mean, they pretty much played 2 senior nights. You had the one against Emory. You come away with the upset win there. And you get to play one last game on your home floor, and you come away with a dominant victory. So that's 2 good memories to close your homestand with.
Yeah, absolutely. And they won big, as you said, 76-13. Talking about the 10 days of rest after tonight's game. When you win this game, though, it gives you a lot of time to prepare for your next opponent.
Yeah, and you know who you're going to be playing after tonight. That's going to give you a lot of time to get some film, game plan for what you're going to be seeing from the opposing teams, whether it be, in this case, the Union Cougars or the Richfield Wildcats. A lot of cat-based names across the 3A classification. I mean, we're at the Wildcats here, so really a lot of cats being thrown around. But you could see Union, you could see Richfield. Richfield, one of those familiar foes for the Downs. That'd be the 3rd time they've matched up this season. Union, only the 2nd. So it's going to be interesting to see if they win tonight, how they advance, and how they go forward playing those teams. What style of basketball Coach Blank wants to throw on the court.
Well, taking a look at South Summit, this is a good basketball team. Their last game they played was a 48-38 win over Union. As we said, they got a bye, so that was the last game of the regular season for them. But this is a good basketball team. They are 16-7, 7-3 in Region 13. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and they have a power forward center senior who wears number 1. Her name is Emma Broadbent, and she is averaging 20 points per game and 20 rebounds per game.
Yeah, when Coach Blank alluded to her in the last postgame show, they said they had a tall girl, really good at scoring in the paint, really good at rebounding. You know, I was picturing something, you know, like maybe a 16-10 average. I wasn't expecting the 20-20 averages coming courtesy of Emma Broadbent. She's dominant in the paint, also averaging 2 steals per game and 1.5 blocks. So defensively, she is a nightmare to be matched up against. She's going to be causing havoc against the Dinos all night. We talked about some ways you could possibly stop her on the way up here, Sonny, and the best one is you got to pick her up at half court, whether she has the ball or not. You got to make her earn those trips to the paint. You can't let her have anything easy. You got to tire her out quick, or else she's going to make you pay all night long.
Absolutely. And the senior, Mariah Bowen, she wears number 3, averaging 12.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals per game. Pretty nice stat for her along the way as well.
You know, it's always good to have that Robin to your Batman, and Mariah Bowen can take over the game if necessary. Like you said, 12.5 points, 3.3 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 3 steals per game. So she really does prove that good things come in threes.
Yep, they have some high scorers there on their team. The Carbon Dinos, more of a balanced team. Aiden, we talked about it when they played the other night. They had 14 players score the other night against Ben Lomond. And when you look at their stats, you can see that. This team has a lot of players that can put the ball in the basket. That makes it hard on a defense to guard a team where everybody on it can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and that's one of those things we agree on in the game of basketball, Sonny, is it's good to have that balanced scoring approach. It's really nice to have someone who can score in bunches, but you need to be able to turn to everyone else in case they get shut down, in case they're having an off night. We saw that in USU Eastern last night. They just couldn't get the scoring going, but now the Dinos looking to get something established here in the beautiful gym of South Summit. Sonny, let's talk about that for a second. It's gorgeous in here.
It is, and the minute we walked in, we have been treated so well. So we want to thank South Summit High School for their hospitality. It's been great.
Yeah, whether it be the internet guiding us to this broadcast booth, it just felt special, you know.
Yep.
They appreciate being here, and we really appreciate them. So big shout out to the administration and faculty at South Summit High School.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Carbon Dinos real quick. You know, J.C. Jensen averaging 12 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals per game. That's a pretty darn good stat for J.C. Jensen as well.
Yeah, no, you're looking at it, and leading scorer on the team with that was 12.5. She scores in bunches, and I mean, one of the most underrated aspects of her game, in my opinion, is her fearlessness on the drive to the rim. She drives in there against 2 or 3 players, and oftentimes she's going to take a lot of contact. And by virtue of that, she also gets a lot of trips to the charity stripe, and that's something that you're going to really appreciate, especially when you have a player like JC who makes those opportunities count.
Senior Bailey Curtis averaging 6.8 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game. She had a great game the other night against Ben Lomond as well.
She did team leading 18 points. Sonny, she was a menace against the Scots, grabbing steals, getting buckets. She's doing what she does best, and she's really peaking at the right time.
Madison Ferguson, 5.1 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 3 steals per game. She was the one player that got the Lady Dinos off to a really good start the other night. She started the game, hit a couple of shots in the paint, used the glass, and got them going. And Madison's everywhere. What
really stands out to me, Sonny, is those 3 steals per game. Any coach would love to have a defensive-minded player like that. And Carbon, they got really lucky. They got a few of them who can steal the ball with efficiency.
Bailey Johnson, 4.6 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 1.3 steals per game. For the junior. She wears number 14 for the Dinos, and we'll say her name a lot tonight, too.
That we will, Sonny. She can take over the game at any given moment. She's so fun to watch when she gets going on the court.
Sage Villa, 3.4 points per game, 1.8 rebounds per game, but she can shoot the 3. She can play inside. She's very versatile in her game.
Yeah, you think about 3 and D players, and Sage Villa is a perfect picture of that. I mean, she looks like Klay Thompson out there sometimes, Sonny. She's hitting threes, locking you down on defense. Someone who, if you're matched up in a man-to-man zone, you know it's going to be a long night.
So that's a look at some of the stats for tonight's game. We're about 20 minutes away from tip-off here at South Summit. It's the Lady Dinos tonight on the road against South Summit in the state playoffs. Round number 2.
Round number 2, Sonny. Win or go home still. So this game, it's not just important to advance in the playoffs. This is to keep your season alive.
Now, will be on the road once again tomorrow for a Saturday afternoon game. The pregame show will be at 12:30, tip-off 1 o'clock as we head to Richfield for the boys' side, round number 2 as well for them.
And Sonny, I don't want to jinx anything, but I've got a good feeling about tonight and tomorrow. This just feels like Carbon is really coalescing into a really good basketball team at the right time.
Yeah, and this is the time. As we said, you start all over. So on the second season, Carbon's 1-0.
Yep, they started at a perfect undefeated record. They're on a 1-game win streak right now. They have all the momentum in the world on their side. It's going to be fun to see how that carries over to this contest.
We'll take a break and talk about what we're going to listen to when we come back from the break here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
After the break, we're going to hear from Becca Swayze. She came up and talked to us after last contest. We're going to hear her remarks talking about that game and looking ahead to this game. We're also going to be hearing from head coach Jordan Blank, his interview last game. So you're going to hear both me and Sonny asking the questions, so it's good balance. I'm going to give you good insight into what you might be seeing tonight on the court.
So you heard the cheering. The Carbon Lady Dinos have come on the floor for warm-ups, 19 minutes away from tip-off. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the interviews for you right here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. This is where you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're looking for somewhere you can be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action.
Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better on the big screen.
Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters. Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time.
JN Auto says it's time to get in the auto buying game. JN Auto is a game changer when you're looking for a new vehicle but don't want to pay the new vehicle price. By making JN Auto a part of your team, you can count on finding quality, gently used vehicles with manufacturer warranties and unbeatable prices. You just found the secret to finding the perfect vehicle. It's JN Auto. Check out their huge inventory at jnautosales.com. JN Auto in Huntington and Price.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Joining us in the Sutherland's broadcast booth is the senior forward, Becca Swayze. Pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. What a game you guys played tonight, a dominating game. 76-13. The first quarter, you guys had a big lead. It was 26-4. How do you keep your focus in a game when you're ahead 26-4 after one?
I think really focusing on the next thing instead of focusing okay, we're up, whatever. You just need to keep building off of that and keep keeping your momentum.
You guys, you pride yourself on defense, don't you?
Yes.
And we could see that tonight. I mean, Ben Lomond couldn't get the ball past half court. The first 7 possessions, they never got the ball within 20 feet of the basket because of your guys' defense. 29 turnovers tonight. Why are you guys so good on the defensive side of the ball?
I think we always like really work on defense like hard, and there's no like letting off of it like in practices. Instead of like, okay, like you need to work on offense, like we're really digging deep in defense, and we're just focusing on the tiny things.
On the offensive side of the ball, I think you heard me when I was talking just a few minutes ago. 14 of you guys scored tonight. That's, I mean, I don't remember doing a game where 14 players on one team scored in a game. That's incredible. But it seems like every time we do a game, somebody else is your leading scorer. You guys have such balance. You're a close-knit group, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that we really try to, like, when we pass the ball, it's super easy for us to, like, be hyped for everyone and, like, want them to score. And I feel like some teams it's like, okay, give them the ball, give them a ball. But I feel like we really do, like, want other people to score, which is good.
So Coach Blank, his first year, you like playing for Coach Blank, don't you?
Yes, I do. He was like one of my track coaches, and I loved that. So I'm really glad that he's one of our basketball coaches.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. So now, South Summit on Friday night, a quick turnaround to play a good South Summit team on the road Friday night. So how do you guys handle that?
I think we really need to just settle down and like start off with a lot of intensity and a lot of like positivity, because some games when we don't, it like gets really bad. But I think if we start with that, we'll be good.
You got one game at a time, and then after that, you get to go to Utah Valley if you win on Friday night. So right now it's win or go home, but if you get that one more win, then you get to go to Utah Valley. So going into Friday night, what's the one thing you as a player are going to concentrate on personally?
I'm really going to concentrate on rebounds and just getting good defense, because I know they have some good players. So if we just stop those, then we'll be good.
Well, thanks for coming up and talking.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic, and I hope we get to talk to you again Friday night.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because we'll be there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk to Coach Blank. Carbon Dino basketball, 95-3 the Peak. The final score again tonight, the Lady Dinos up 76-13. They move on to play South Summit Friday night.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here. You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
J&D Automotive in Castledale and River Auto in Green River has been your trusted neighbors for 40 years, offering expert automotive parts and service right in the heart of Emery County. Thanks to a great partnership with Napa, you get dependable parts and a team that knows your car inside out. Whether you're in for a routine checkup or need of a major repair, J&D Automotive is close to home and ready to help. Visit J&D Automotive today and experience the difference of local care with big brand quality.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Joining me now in the Sutherland's broadcast booth is head coach Jordan Blank. Coach Blank, always a pleasure to have you up here. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Aiden. I appreciate it. It's always great to be up here.
So we were talking about a little off the air, but this was a throttling. That's the best way to put it. 76-13. That's a score that you're not going to see very often. But one interesting thing that you brought up to us was that this Ben Lomond team, they hung in there with South Summit for about a quarter and a half when they played.
Absolutely. I mean, they're good. They've got some young talent coming up. He had 3 or 4 freshman girls playing for him. So he's doing a lot of good things with this team, and I think he's going to be one of those, look for them in 2 to 3 years with those young girls getting a lot of varsity experience.
And, I think we can see a similar thing here. You have 5 seniors on the squad, all 5 of them starting tonight. So that's always good to give them one last shot at the home court. But overall, you guys are a pretty young team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, same thing. We've got, at one point, we've started 3 different freshmen, too, during the year. And so I think a big thing with basketball is getting some game experience with those young girls, especially. I mean, varsity games it's a little bit different. Games called different. The atmosphere is completely different. I got to give a credit to our band. They come out every region game. They are very loud. The teams aren't used to that, and then our student section just does a great job also. So getting that momentum, getting those things, and learning to play with it at a young age is huge.
It is. And, you talked about it with Jordan the other day, and we talked about it a little in the pregame show, but making the state tournament, getting to those college neutral site rounds, that's kind of become the expectation at Carbon High on the girls' side of things.
Oh, absolutely, and that's exactly what the girls think, too. And so it's nice when you walk in and you're thinking, all right, how am I going to tell them this is how we need to be, this is how we're going to call things, and they're like, Coach, we know what we're expected to do. We're going to get to the tournament. It doesn't matter who we play, but we're going to give them all we got.
And then coming into this game, the first quarter, you guys jump out to a big 33-6 advantage over Ben Lomond. Was that the plan? Try and jump on them right off the get-go, try and put the pedal to the metal at the very start, try and build up that lead early?
Oh, absolutely, because that's something we've struggled with all year is getting a good jump. And so if we can practice that, get that against a team we haven't faced before, I think it's going to help us come Friday. So I was proud of how they came out and just executed, did those things that we talked about. And then at every substitution we had, every single girl knew exactly what to do. So that's what I'm proud about is they know I could be 1 through 15. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to get in and give it all I got.
And let's talk about those girls knowing what to do. You look at the scoring chart, 14 different players scoring for you guys tonight. What does it mean to you as a coach to have so many different players who can put the ball in the basket?
Oh, it's great. I mean, starting the year, it was like we only had 2 or 3 putting the ball in the basket. So we're seeing a lot of growth out of these girls. We're expecting a lot from them. But if they can come in and all score and get rebounds, get steals, do the things that they're coming in to do, I think that's going to be great for us continuing to move forward with this team.
And then let's look ahead to Friday's game against South Summit. That's a bit of a bus ride up there to Camas. What are you expecting from the Wildcats on Friday?
They've got 2 really good bigs. The one girl, she's got 1,000 rebounds, 1,000 points. So we need to really game plan for her, make sure we make it hard to get entry passes to them, and then make sure she's off the glass. And she does a lot for that team. They've got a scrappy guard, so we've got to go in at state basketball at this point. So they let you play a little bit more. We need to be more physical than them and get all the loose balls that we can. That's what we're kind of planning for.
And you're in that 3rd season. You got the preseason, you have the region slate of things, and now you're in postseason. You start 0-0, now you're up to 1-0. So looking at momentum, how do you feel this game will carry over into your showdown against South Summit on Friday?
This is what I like about state basketball is momentum is huge. Anywhere you're at, those venues change. And so we're going in with a little bit of state experience while they haven't had any this year. And so that's going to make a difference, and we need to go out and start strong against them and continue to just move the basketball. And if we can have multiple, 10, 12 scores for us, I think we're going to win the ball game.
Now, Coach Blank, before we let you go celebrate this win, is there anything you'd like to leave the listeners with?
You know what? I'm just thankful for everyone listening this year to Carbon Basketball. I appreciate all the support throughout the year. I gotta shout out my wife and everyone there. Just my family. It's a long season, but they gritted out. My sons are used to watching a lot of game film now with me, and then I just need to thank everybody in the community because we get a lot of support for Carbon Girls basketball, and it's fun to see that.
Yeah, it's so fun to see this gym always packed to the brim. Coach Blank, thank you again for taking the time out of your day to come talk to us. We really appreciate it, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Again, that was head coach Jordan Blank of the Carbon Dinos as your Lady Dinos throttle the Ben Lomond Scots 76-13 in today's first round of state contest.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
Soups are in at Swift's Stop and Shop, your gas and convenience store with more. Serving up delicious cook-to-order food like Swift's Soup of the Day and Soup and Sandwich combos, less than $5. Check their Facebook page and see what they're serving.
Oh, by the way, Swift is a Shell station. So if you have a Smith's fuel card, you can redeem your fuel rewards points at Swift. So pump up the savings and
start slurping some soups. From Swift Stop and Shop, North Main Street in Helper.
Open late.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main and Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Basketball. We're about 2 minutes away from tip-off here in a state 3A basketball play. It's the Lady Dinos against the Wildcats of South Summit. Aiden, we're going to have to take a quick break here as we're going to have the national anthem. And then when we come back, we might have a second here. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game. What do you think the Lady Dinos need to do to come away with the win against a good South Summit basketball team?
You have to contain Emma Broadbent Sonny. That's going to be the first and foremost. If you can shut her down, make her ineffective in the paint, that's how you're going to be able to come away with the win tonight. That's how teams have beaten South Summit this year. 3 losses in region, 2 to Grantsville, who's looking to become the state champion after year of disappointment, and 1 loss to Morgan. The key to those games was they were able to contain Emma Broadbent. If you can do that, it's a very vulnerable team. You need to be able to take them down, and if you can't do that, it's going to be a runaway affair between these two squads. You need to contain her, and you also need to watch out for Mariah Bowen. She has averaging 12.5 points per game. She's going to be your sharpshooter. Inside-out action between those two. If you can contain them, Sonny, this game is well within your reach.
Okay, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting five, and it'll be tip-off time here at South Summit High School. It's the Lady Dinos in the second round of the 3A state tournament play against South Summit. Don't go anywhere right here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino Basketball. The starting five first for South Summit High School. The senior averaging 20 points per game, number 1, Emma Broadbent. Number 3, Mariah Bowen. The senior point guard wears number 3, averaging 12.5 points per game. McKaylee Wollstenholm. The senior center wears number 11, 4.6 points per game. Ruby Clegg, the junior, number 20. She is averaging 4.1 points per game. And Taya Rose, the senior, wears number 32, averaging 4.1 points per game. That's the starting lineup for South Summit. Starting lineup tonight for our Carbon Dinos will be number 3, Becca Swayze, the senior forward, averaging 2 points per game. She wears number 3. Number 4, averaging 5 points per game, the senior shooting guard, Madison Ferguson. Number 11, averaging 6.8 points per game, Bailey Curtis. She is the senior forward. Number 13, senior point guard, J.C. Jensen, averaging 12.6 points per game. And the senior center, wearing number 24, Sage Villa. She is averaging 3.4 points per game. That is the starting five for both teams. The lights are out. They're announcing the starting five with the spotlight. A great atmosphere here at South Summit, and we are ready, Aiden, to get underway for the second round. Winner goes on to play on the 24th.
You know, one player I think that could be an unsung hero of this game for South Summit will be Mackley Wollstenholm, the center, averaging 4.5 points and 5 rebounds. If they are able to successfully contain Emma Broadbent, you're going to have to watch out for Mackley Wollstenholm.
So here we go. We're ready to go. Jumping will be Emma Broadbent. She'll be jumping against Bailey Curtis, and we're ready to go here at South Summit High School. The Lady Dinos against the Lady Wildcats.
These Dino jerseys look so sharp, don't they, Sonny?
Black jerseys, white numbers. They go left to right on your radio dial. Wildcats wear the white jerseys, green numbers. The atmosphere is great. I'm excited. You're excited. Sit back, relax, and enjoy high school basketball here on 95.3 The Peak. The Dinos win the toss, and they get the basketball first to Swayze. Swayze to Ferguson on the left side. Now comes between the circles. Tip of the key comes right side. Gives it off to Swayze. Swayze with the attempted pass down low to Via, and it goes over her head, and the turnover. Ball goes over to South Summit.
And they're trying to run a paint-centric offense, and they're trying to put a lot of pressure on them already, Sonny. They run a full-court press, which Broadbent breaks with ease.
Broadbent on the baseline, back to the basket, guarded there by Via. Kicks it outside, gives it to Clegg. Perimeter passing, drive inside. Here's a lob pass down to Broadbent, shot up and in.
And it's hard to stop her, and that shows why. They had 3 defenders on her as she catches the ball, but the distinct disadvantage the Dinos find themselves in is in the height department. Broadbent towers probably a good 3 or 4 inches over every Dino player on the floor right now.
Via with the ball, tip of the key, now takes it left side. Hands it off to Jensen, knocked away. Jensen gets it back. Now it's controlled by the Dinos with the basketball. It's Ferguson. Ferguson to Via, 15 feet away. Pass inside, stolen by Broadbent, and we come the other way. 2 turnovers on 2 possessions for the Dinos. They have to shoot the ball. There's a runner, air ball saved. It goes to the Dinos. Fast break the other way, it's Jensen. Jensen takes it all the way. Off the glass, won't go. Offensive rebound underneath for the Dinos. It's Ferguson. And then another turnover for the Dinos. That's 3. They got to simmer down just a little bit, Aiden. Take a little bit more time on their passes.
Yeah, they do.
Drive inside, shot up, no good. Whistle, blocking foul on the Dinos.
And on that first shot that we saw from Ruby Clegg, the air ball runner, I felt like that was intended more to be a pass for Broadbent, but Broadbent wasn't there due to miscommunication. Dinos take it the other way, but Clegg makes up for it defensively, coming away with the steal and going the other direction.
Call the blocking foul on the Dinos. 2 free throws. The shot is up, and it is good.
Mariah Bowen getting it done at the charity stripe, drives in with no fear. She's able to help the Wildcats build a quick 3-0 advantage.
Second free throw is up, and it's no good off the back of the iron. The rebound comes down to Swayze for the Dinos. She hands it off to Jensen. Jensen brings it up the floor, guarded by Rose. Across the half-court stripe, comes right side, now drives in to the paint. Double team there, kicks it outside, whistle, and a travel. Turnover number 4 for the Dinos. So 5 possessions, 4 turnovers for Carbon.
And it was a good thought by Jensen trying to pivot out of that, but got a little too overexcited, dragged her pivot foot out of... Again, she gets whistled for the travel as a result of it.
Full court pressure and a foul on Carbon.
And they're doing a good job trying to contain Broadbent. They're playing very physical with her as she runs down court, but a little too physical that time.
There was either going to be a carry or a foul there because it happened about simultaneously, and they give the foul to the Dinos, so they'll throw the ball in on the baseline. 2 fouls on the Dinos, down low. The shot is up, no good. That time by Wollstonholm, and the rebound comes down to the Carbon Dinos. Shot from 20, won't go. Missed that time by Swayze, back the other way. Fast break, outlet pass down the floor, out of bounds, off South Summit. It'll be Dino basketball. So the score remains 3-0, even though the Dinos have 4 turnovers and only 1 shot at the basket.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mistakes for both of these teams right now. Wollstonholm unable to convert on the open look under the basket. Dinos take it the other way, resulting in a turnover. Broadbent sends the pass down court like she's Tom Brady. Can't get it to fall into her intended receiver's hands. Now we're talking football.
So with the basketball, it's Jensen. Drives inside. Ball knocked away, out of bounds. Ball will remain with the Carbon Dinos.
And what South Summit is doing so well defensively is not just sticking on their man, but they stay in front of you. They don't overcommit to either side, and they know when they can reach in to go for a jump ball. They're not trying to tap it away. They want to force those jump balls.
Yeah, they play very well defense between the man and the basket, don't they? Pass down underneath. Another turnover for the Dinos. The pass intercepted by Broadbent. We come the other way. Bowen with it. Top circle sets the offense. Now comes right side. Pass down underneath. Holstenhume kicks it back outside. Comes outside to Bowen. Bowen swings left side. Clegg for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Jensen for the Dinos, and we come the other way.
Clegg goes clank on that shot as Dinos rush the other way with J.C. Jensen pushing the pace.
Jensen shot up, whistle and the foul. Kind of a late whistle. I was waiting for the whistle, and it came a little bit late, but free throws for the Dinos. To the free throw line to shoot two goes J.C. Jensen, averaging 12.6 points per game. Also 4 rebounds as well.
And she is incredible at the line when she gets her opportunities, and that's what she does so well. She drives to the basket and is able to bait fouls out of opposing players, and now this is going to help them claw back into the game if she can make them both.
Free throw up and good. Bailey Johnson coming into the ball game. Becca Swayze will come out. 3-1, 5:05 left to play in the first quarter. South Summit with the lead. Second free throw up, and it is good as well.
And it's just a beautiful arc on the shot of J.C. Jensen. You can tell she's practiced that time and time again.
Double teamed and a travel. Good defense by the Carbon Dinos causing a Broadbent to travel just right at half court. And the turnover number 2 for the Wildcats. And the Dinos have a chance to take the lead here on this possession, trailing 3-2.
And the pressure they're applying on Broadbent is exactly what we wanted to see. They're making everything hard for her. Nothing easy is coming for the senior.
Jensen hands the ball off to Johnson. Shot just outside the free throw line. Up and no good. Clegg with a nice defensive rebound, whistle, and a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to the Wildcats because the Carbon won the tip-off to start the game. 4:46 up to play in the first quarter, 3-2 Wildcats.
And what they're lacking in size right now on the floor, Sonny, they're definitely making up for in spades with effort. J.C. Jensen, fearless and relentless, tying up that ball underneath the basket, forcing a jump ball.
Dino playing a full-court defense here. They break it quite easily, kick it outside. Rose for three, no good. Offensive rebound down underneath, coming up with his Bowen. Bowen with the pass down to Broadbent, shot up, no good. Rebound Dinos.
And, Sonny, it must be something with the weather because shots just aren't falling in basketball games lately. Wherever we are, whatever level, they're just not seeming to drop.
Jensen takes it the length of the floor, shot no good, and rebound comes back down the other way. Fast break. Bowen takes it all the way to the basket. It won't go. Rebound Ferguson. The Dinos come back 2-on-1. Ferguson takes it all the way, puts it up, won't go. Offensive rebound via whistle and a foul. And Sage will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
And that was an earned play by Sage, getting to the basket, hustling for that offensive board. And now she has an opportunity to take the lead for the first time this game for the Dinos. As Broadbent picks up her second foul, 2 quick ones for the senior, normally averaging 20 and 20. Tonight, Sonny, she's been held so far to 2.
Dia's first free throw up and no good. Lady Dinos 2 for 3 from the line so far tonight with 4:04 left to play first quarter. 3-2 Wildcats, both teams with 2 fouls. Second free throw for Sage. She eyes the bucket, puts it up, and it is good. Her first points of the ball game. Substitutions coming in for the Dinos. Checking in will be Harley Hopes.
And they forced Broadbent to the bench already, Sonny. That's a major part of South Summit's game plan. You can see every time they get inside, the ball's almost always going to her, so they're going to have to adjust here.
Pass down underneath, and the paint shot up and no good. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. Fast break down the other way. Johnson with the ball. 3-point shot right wing. No good. Short. Off the Carbon Dinos, and it will belong to the Wildcats with 3:47 left to play in the first quarter, tied at 3.
Bounces off the hands of Harley Hope. She does a good job making initial contact with the ball, but just can't wrap it up.
Bowen, still with the basketball, gets past half court, whistle and a foul.
A little bump foul there going to be called against the Dinos.
Now, you kind of don't want to make that foul that far away from the basket with Broadbent on the bench because you're gonna have to save your fouls to try to slow her down. You agree?
Yes, no, absolutely, Sonny. I think that's where you want to be using your fouls.
3-point shot is an air ball out of bounds. Belongs to the Dinos with 3:32 left to play in the first quarter, and we are tied at 3.
And the Wildcats just looking a little frazzled right now. Maybe it's the long extended break between games for them. Maybe it's the intensity of the Dinos. But right now, Sonny, they're not taking the best shots.
Pass goes down underneath. Curtis with the back to the basket, knocked out of bounds, off the Wildcats, and the Dinos have the ball on the baseline. 3:20 left to play in the first quarter, tied at 3.
That was a good defensive possession by Mackley. Wolstenhume poking the ball away. Didn't get it to stay in bounds, but trying to get it to get a good block.
Nice inbound pass to Johnson. She can't get it to go. Nice rebound by Curtis. Back to Johnson in the paint. Shot up. No good again. And the rebound comes down to the Wildcats. They just can't get it to go early on in the game. Neither team. We're tied at 3 with 3:06 left to play first quarter. Bounce pass down underneath. Knocked out of bounds by the Dinos. Good defense by Hopes.
A good deflection. It's a battle between Wolstenhume and Hopes right now in the paint. The backup centers going to war right now for their teams.
Yep. And it comes deep. Comes to Bowen. Bowen swings it over the right side. It goes to Wolstenhume. Stolen by the Dinos. Fast break the other way. Jensen off the glass and in.
I love the hesitation of J.C. Jensen on that. It was an intentional hesitation. She gets the defender up in the air by stuttering her step, and then she's able to get an uncontested layup.
5-3 Dinos. 2:42 left to play. 3-point shot, air ball again, out of bounds. And the Lady Dinos defense is causing some problems right now for the Wildcats.
It is. They're saying the shot was tipped, so it's going to stay South Summit ball, it looks like. Ref signals the clean tip as it goes bouncing out. And I guess that could explain the air ball portion of it, because that shot just didn't look like it had any chance from the moment of release.
Yeah. It looked like just a short shot to me. I don't think it was blocked, but hey, doesn't matter what we think up here, right?
Yeah, no, we're not the one making the calls, Sonny.
Yep.
If we could, every call would go in favor of the Dinos.
5-3, Lady Dinos up here in the first quarter. J.C. Jensen has 4 points for the Dinos. Villa with 1. Broadbent with 2. Bowen with 1 for the Wildcats of South Summit. So kind of a slow start for both teams shooting-wise and turnover-wise as well. The Dinos have 5. South Summit with 3.
Just sloppy play all around, Sonny. The team that starts cleaning this up first is the one who's going to be able to build an early advantage.
Clegg throws it in, and it comes back in the backcourt to Bowen. Picks up her dribble, guarded by Jensen. Swings it back over to Clegg, back to Bowen. Bowen guarded by Ferguson. Drives inside. Nice defense by the Dinos. 3-point shot, no good. 3-point shot missed by Arno when the rebound comes down the other way. Here comes Johnson. Johnson in the paint. Kicks it outside to Ferguson. Back to Johnson. 3-point shot. Short off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound underneath by Jensen. Knocked away, scrambled for it, and coming up with a basketball is South Summit. So a turnover for the Dinos. Back the other way we come. Bowen drives inside, kicks it out, down in the paint, shot from 10, up and no good.
And Jensen was put between a rock and a hard place there. Either she gets the jump ball or she gets called for the travel.
Wolstenhume with the missed shot, and the Dinos will have it on the side as the shot clock, I think, needs to be fixed.
I think that's what they're stopping the game for.
Yep. Needs about 30. So 30 on the shot clock, minute 52 left to play in the first quarter, 5-3.
This is a really low-scoring affair, Sonny. I think to the shock of a lot of people here, this one was expected to be one of the higher-scoring second-round contests.
Minute 50 left to play with the basketball. The Carbon Dinos swing over the right side. It goes to Johnson. Johnson picked up there. We have a whistle away from the ball, and it will be on. Wait for the foul.
It's going to go against Mariah Bowen.
Yep.
Running through J.C. Jensen like a freight train. And just gets called for the foul. You can't have mental errors like that. You got to fight around the screen, but you got to fight around it in a smart way.
Her first foul, 3 team fouls for the Wildcats, 3 for the Dinos. Ferguson with the basketball, gives it off to Curtis. Curtis now over to the right side to Jensen, knocked out of bounds. Dino ball.
And a lucky break for the Dinos is right now on the floor. Ruby Clegg is incensed with that call. She is not happy about it. Coach telling her to just get her head back in the game, continue the play. Still 22 seconds on the shot clock, but a good defensive possession from Ruby Clegg, deflecting that ball into the backcourt, nearly forcing another Dino turnover.
And it comes to Jensen. Jensen goes around the screen set by Curtis, kicks it outside to Johnson. Johnson drives the baseline, tries to get the ball back to Jensen, knocked out of bounds. Dino's ball on the baseline with 12 on the shot clock, minute 20 on the game clock, first quarter, 5-3 Dinos.
And this game's going to be defined by physicality, Sonny. If it's going to be a low-scoring affair, you need to earn your points on defense and limit them as much as possible. Force turnovers, get fast breaks.
Bounce pass into Jensen, shot up no good. Out of bounds, Dino ball on the baseline.
The Dinos are doing a good job recovering off these near turnovers and missed shots, but you need to convert on an opportunity at some point.
They're getting good looks. The ball's just not dropping.
You smell burning toast?
I do.
Okay, I'm glad. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't just me.
Yeah, I do. Something burning anyway. And it comes. Curtis underneath, shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul. Free throws for the Dinos. To the free throw line goes Bailey Curtis. She's averaging 6.8 points per game.
And the Dinos are doing a good job of selling the contact. They're doing an excellent job baiting these fouls from opposing teams, and that's how they get to the line so efficiently. We saw it against Emory, we saw it against Ben Lomond, and we're seeing it now.
First free throw by Bailey Curtis is up, and it is good. Dinos lead 6-3. They've doubled up the Wildcats here with a minute 11 left to play in the first quarter. 4 for 5 as a team from the free throw line. Second free throw is up and good as well. So Bailey Curtis walks up to the free throw line, hits both free throws, nothing but net, and it's a 7-3 Dino lead. Past the half-court stripe comes the Wildcats. They hand it back off to Clegg. Dribbling up top. Bowen with it. Bounce pass down underneath on the baseline. Kick it back outside, gives it to Bowen. Bowen drives in, shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound Dinos. Good defense by the Lady Dinos.
They're doing an excellent job recovering in that 2-3 zone. Normally you see cross-court pass to try and disrupt it, but you're not seeing that from the Dinos. They're doing an excellent job recovering.
Johnson gets it down inside to Jensen. Shot up, no good. Whistle and a foul. I think maybe Johnson got away with the travel.
I think she definitely did.
Maybe.
And the student section, they were very unhappy about that, but it resulted in another set of Dinos free throws. Sonny, the Dinos are doing an excellent job right now, capitalizing on the physical play of the Wildcats. Normally, you see teams shy away from that, but right now the Dinos running full force into it.
J.C. Jensen at the free throw line, first one up and in. Dinos 6 for 7 from the line. The difference in the game, they lead 8-3 with 30 seconds left to play. Second free throw by Jensen is up, rims around, falls out, no good. And the rebound comes down to Wolstenhume. Gives it to Bowen. Bowen across the half court, being guarded closely by Johnson. Whistle and a foul. The Dinos are playing aggressive defense.
They are.
They are playing physical. I think that's the game plan for them. And it's working here in the first quarter with 20 seconds left to play, and they lead by 5.
It is. You just got to be mindful of your fouls. J.C. Jensen just picks up her second. That's someone who, come the end of the third quarter, you're going to see her on the court in the fourth.
Yep. Morley comes in for her with 20 seconds left to play. She'll take a seat with those 2 fouls. And it comes to Bowen. Here's a 3-point shot down the barrel. No good by Arno, and the rebound comes down to the Lady Dinos. Curtis with it, gives it to Johnson. Johnson, nice pass on the baseline, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound up and no good by Morley. Continue to fight underneath, a whistle and a jump ball, and Dinos will get it on the baseline.
My goodness, they are playing aggressive, Sonny. They're crashing the boards. Rarely do you see a player miss on one side of the basket on a drive, hurry, rush to the other end, grab her own miss, and put up a second shot.
Yeah, Morley, couple of looks. Battle for the offensive rebound. That's why they still have possession. And it comes to Hopes, and she'll put it in. A nice inbound pass to Harley Hopes. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. And the Lady Dinos have had a great first quarter of basketball, Aiden. They lead 10-3.
Yeah, that was a stunning first quarter, Sonny. The intensity on display from Carbon has been nothing short of incredible. They're bringing the boom, Sonny.
6 free throws made out of 8 for the Lady Dinos. 1 for 2 from South Summit. That's one of the main differences in the ball game. And the physical play by the Dinos seems to be bothering the Lady Wildcats here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't think they're used to seeing that kind of play in Region 13 with the exception of Grantsville. And that's just a defensive-minded team in general. But the Dinos doing an excellent job containing the Wildcats so far.
We'll just keep it here with 1 quarter in play, 10-3. Lady Dinos up 7.
We have our final from Richfield already, Sonny. So if the Dinos are to win this game, they will be playing the Richfield Wildcats, beating the Union Cougars 51-46 in Richfield. So that's going to be an interesting quarterfinal matchup if this game holds so far. That game getting started a bit earlier than we expected. I was expecting to see a first quarter score there. Nope, we are already done.
So the Richfield Wildcats move on. The winner of this game will play them in
Utah Valley University.
Utah Valley, yep.
That's a beautiful facility they have there.
It's a great place. And I think it's the best place for the 3A basketball tournament.
Yeah, we talk about it's the one true neutral site.
Yeah. So the Wildcats will throw the ball in, and in it comes. Bowen with it. Second quarter underway. Bowen gives the ball off to Clegg. She'll drive inside, pass down underneath. Shot, no good by Bowen. Offensive rebound. So far, shooting has been poor for the Wildcats. They try to get the ball down to Broadbent, turnover, and the Dinos come the other way.
And they're probably going to be taken at Broadbent on the drive offensively. She has two already. You can force a third early here. She's going to have to take a seat for a bulk of the first half.
Ball knocked away, almost stolen by Morley. She gets it back. Drives inside. Bounce pass on the baseline to Curtis. Curtis back outside it goes. Maybe one too many passes on that one, and they turn the ball over, and we come the other way. Fast break. Bowen, shot up no good. Rebound Dinos.
And there's such thing as being too selfless. Sometimes you need to be a little greedy and take the shot that's available to you. She had a good inside seal, but decided to make the extra pass, and it kind of squandered the offensive opportunity.
Morley, ball knocked away. Foul.
Yeah, definitely got a little too into it with the hip. She had a good initial reach on the ball, but the extra hip check is what did that foul in.
Who was that on?
That one is going to be called against Ruby Clegg.
So that will be the first foul of the quarter with 6:57 left to play. 10-3 the score. The Dinos up 7. They have the ball. Swing it over to the left side. Morley to Curtis. Curtis to Johnson, three-point line. Johnson to Villa, who checked back into the ball game. Bounce pass down underneath to Curtis. Little spin move. Shot up at the basket. No good. Rebound. Battled for by Curtis. She gets it back. Puts it up. No good again. Another offensive rebound for the Dinos. And they throw it into a turnover. So the fast break the other way as Bowen steps in front of the pass. And we come back down to Broadbent. Kick it outside. Shot in the paint. No good. Broadbent with the offensive rebound. Reverse layup. No good. We're going to have a jump ball. You're going to have a jump ball or a foul?
It could be a foul on Villa. They're going to call jump foul. Villa did kind of get over the back of Broadbent, wrapping her up, kind of riding her like a toddler would ride her father's shoulders. I think that's a good way to describe the height difference we're seeing on the floor. But the Dinos have done a stellar job containing the offense of the Wildcats. That's why they only have 3 points in this contest.
Great defense by the Dinos. Good game plan. Johnson with the ball. Bounce pass goes to Curtis. Curtis 15 feet away now drives inside. Kicks it back outside to Johnson. Johnson to Swayze for three. No good. Long rebound. Fast break the other way. Knocked away and stolen by the Dinos.
What hustle from Carbon chasing that one down.
Morley takes it all the way. She'll give it back.
Broadbent steals it, and she does a good job of falling to her knees. She starts dribbling to avoid the travel call.
Yep. So it'll be Wildcat basketball with 5:35 left to play. Kick it outside. It goes to Rose. Rose down underneath. Whistle and a blocking foul on the Dinos.
Yeah, that one makes sense. There was about 3 players on her. Any one of them could have been called for the bump. We'll see who they give that one to. And it looks like it is going to be whistled.
It's on Curtis.
Against Curtis.
Her second foul, team foul number 1. Substitutions coming in for the Dinos. Coming out will be Villa, Curtis, and Morley. Checking back in will be Ferguson and Jensen. And it comes in the backcourt, knocked away, saved by the Wildcats. They got lucky there. That could have been a fast break for the Dinos. They get the ball back.
And Bowen's been the one consistent force for South Summit, not necessarily in making shots, but giving the offense a chance.
Bowen with the ball on the right side, three-point line, guarded by Ferguson. Gives it down in the corner. It goes to Arno. Ball knocked away, back up to Bowman. She'll take the three from there. Long off the iron, rebound, knocked out of bounds. Dino basketball.
And I love what they're doing on Broadbent, Sonny. Let me explain what I'm seeing. So they're running the 2-3 zone, but they're switching it. They're giving up a little corner opportunities for South Summit, but they're sandwiching Broadbent in between 2 players. They're not allowing anything in the front, anything in the back. That makes it hard to do any post moves when you're contained like that. And I love the game plan from Coach Blank.
Jensen takes it all the way in. Shot up no good off the glass, and the rebound comes down to the Wildcats. Fast break the other way. Dinos get back on defense. They throw it out of bounds. Turnover number 6 for South Summit. Now the Dinos are getting looks at the basket. They're not dropping. They lead 10-3, but I have to tell you, it could be much more than that.
It could. If those shots were falling, this would be a completely different ballgame, Sonny. But the Dinos so far have silenced the gym. The only cheers you're hearing are from the Dino Loyal right beneath us. They're bringing the energy.
Bounce pass. Goes to Ferguson. Runner in the play. Won't go, and the rebound comes down to Broadbent. And a whistle and a foul.
It's going to go against J.C. Jensen. That's going to be her third. Trying to wrap up the ball. Again, she does a good job of trying to tie it up. But when you got to recognize when you're in a disadvantageous situation, trying to wrap around an opposing player, that's almost a certain foul. And Jensen, she's going to have to sit until the next half.
Yeah. She'll probably sit for the rest of the first half. Dinos lead 10-3. As you said, Jensen with their third foul. With the basketball, it's Bowman. Bowman swings it over the right side. It goes to Arno. Arno to Broadbent. Broadbent holding the ball on the right side. Now gives it down underneath the Rose. Ball knocked away. Turnover. Dinos come back the other way. Fast break. Johnson with the ball. Stops. Knocked away. Stolen back the other way. Game starting to get a little bit sloppy on the offensive side for both teams. A nice pass down underneath for the basket. Nice pass. Rose gets the easy two for South Summit. A little bit of chaos there leads to an easy basket for the Wildcats, 10-5.
And, Sonny, they needed that basket if they wanted to break open this game because they haven't scored. Neither team has scored since about the 7-minute mark.
Ferguson for three, no good off the glass, and the rebound comes down to the Wildcats, 10-5. The Dinos have doubled up the Wildcats. Broadbent in the paint, up and in.
Well, and she's starting to get heated up, Sonny. She's finally finding the weaknesses in the Dinos' defense, and that's what happens when you have to take out a very defensive-minded player like J.C. Jensen. She was the one who was kind of being the maestro defensively.
You've kind of seen them struggling on offense. There's a shot by Ferguson, no good. And then they seen the one basket go in, and now they quickly score 4 points, more than they had in the whole game.
Yeah, That's how good the Dinos defense up to this point has been.
Arno to Bowman. Bowman on the right side. Picked up there by Ferguson. Comes between the circles. Now comes left side. Picked up by Johnson now. Swing it down in the corner it goes. Shot clock says 13. Bowen with it. Down underneath. Kick it outside. 3-point shot. No good. Shot was put up by Arno, but they get the offensive rebound. Bowen. In the paint. No good. Rebound Morley. She'll bring it up the floor herself. Here come the Dinos. 10-7, 2:27 left to play. Johnson with the basketball. Swings it to Ferguson. Ferguson for three down the barrel. Won't go again. Shot up. No good. Rebound comes down to the Wildcats, and we come the other way with the basketball.
Hopes just couldn't get a hand on it as they get to Broadbent in the high post.
Broadbent goes all the way. Count it, and a foul.
And you can tell she's finally figured out what she can get going. She's doing an excellent job. Nope, they're calling that a charge.
Oh, they called it a charge?
They called it a charge.
Oh, but they counted the basket. Charge, but they counted the basket. So the shot left her hand before the charge occurred. So the basket counts, 10-9.
No, that looks like.
Oh, wait.
No, so I think I understand what the confusion is. So the ref, he did the and one charge, but his hand was kind of behind his head in the process, creating a lot of confusion on the floor in the process. So, you never really think about it until you see something like that. The charge call and the and one call are two very similar looking hand signs with the right hand. With the left, though, that's the difference maker. Ref just had it up by his head, and Coach Blank not understanding it right now either. He's on the floor talking to the officials.
2:04 left to play in the first half. 10-9 the score.
And if this stands, Sonny, a free throw here from Broadbent will tie this game back up after what was a very bleak-looking first quarter for South Summit and a very bleak start to the second.
That was 10-3, so this is a 7-0 run if she makes this free throw.
And they hadn't scored since about the 5-minute mark in the first quarter before this run began. But since then, they've really taken over. They found their footing, and they're getting the opportunities to fall now. They've had some good shots that just haven't been able to connect. Now they're starting to make those.
So we're going to still talking. Coach Blank talked to the official, and the official did a good job listening. They're going to say...
I can't guess.
I don't know.
We'll see if the points stay on the board.
So I think what they called was they called the basket and then the charge after it left her hand. That's why it's 10-9. You count the basket, but then the basket counts because the ball had left her hand before the charge.
And this is why
10-9.
this is why I appreciate having a former ref in the booth, son. You can explain that to me because it's all French to me.
Yeah.
But timeout called on the floor as a result. And, yeah, this has just been a very defensive ball game so far, Sonny. Both of these teams really battling on the defensive side of things. That's what's made the difference for the Dinos. But Emma Broadbent has finally found the gap she's needed to get something going.
Although, that might not be the situation because she still has 2 fouls.
She still has 2 fouls.
So, I don't know.
True.
I'm completely lost now.
With that charge, if they call it on her, would it be 3? It looks like the refs are still talking that over.
Yes. So maybe what they ended up doing was just counting the basket and no foul.
I think that's probably the only win-win situation. I mean, that's the only way you're going to make both coaches happy. Because, yes, she did get the basket, but the charge afterwards and all the confusion that followed.
Right. So that's what it was. They counted the basket and no foul. So it's 10-9.
Okay.
10-9 because she still has 2 fouls. So here we go. Dinos with the basketball. We got that all figured out. Johnson with the ball. Cross-court pass goes to Morley. Morley now drives inside, just outside the paint on the baseline. Finds Johnson wide open in the paint for a basket. Beautiful pass. Beautiful finish by Johnson. 12-9. Dinos up 3. They needed that basket to stop that 6-0 run by the Wildcats, and South Summit turns the ball over on an unforced error there.
I think they're used to having Broadbent in that corner slot because they're throwing the ball about 4 inches over everyone's head, and they just can't get a hold of it.
Johnson with the basketball past the half-court stripe. She comes still with the dribble. Swings it over to the left side. Checking into the ball game is Smith for the Lady Dinos. Gives it to Ferguson on the left side. Ferguson back to Johnson. Shot clock says 18. Johnson with the deep 3. Good! From the left wing. Bailey Johnson from NBA 3, and it's 15-9. The Lady Dinos back up 6 with a minute left to play in the half.
Is that Bailey Johnson or Steph Curry on the floor?
Broadbent comes back down the other way on the baseline right, uses glass and gets the easy 2. 15-11, under a minute left to play in the first half.
And she had a good mid-air readjustment, too, so she's not only tall, she's athletic and agile.
Smith with the ball in the left wing. Dribbles to the tip of the key, now into the paint. Nice bounce pass to Hope. She'll lay it up and in. Hopes gets the finish. Nice assist by Smith, and it's 17-11 with 33 seconds left to play.
And both teams finally uncorking the offense. We're in for a higher score and affair now.
South Summit with the basketball. Bowen with the cross-court pass. Shot up and no good by Arno, but the offensive rebound underneath, out of bounds, off the Dinos. Emma Broadbent with the offensive rebound goes out of bounds, and it will remain with the Wildcats on the baseline with 16 seconds left to play. Shot clock off. Dinos up 6.
Johnson does a good job recognizing Broadbent has the ball on the ground, poking it away.
Nice inbounds play. Bowen's wide open for the easy basket, 17-13.
And they use Broadbent as a distraction there. They think it's going to her. They find a cutting Broadbent instead.
Johnson for 3. No good. Offensive rebound. Morley scores at the buzzer. And that's how the first half will end. The 3-point shot by Johnson did not go. The offensive rebound by Morley, the putback, and the Lady Dinos will go into the half with a 6-point lead, 19-13.
And what a first half that was defensively for Carbon, Sonny. That was some of the best defense we've seen them play all year. They've done an excellent job until late in that second quarter, defending Emma Broadbent with a little sandwich approach in the 2-3 zone. Everyone else, they're forcing a lot of good turnovers. And then a part of it, though, you got to give it credit. South Summit is shooting themselves in the foot with these unforced turnovers, lobs that are intended for players in the corner soaring 5 feet above their head and out of bounds. You can't have those errors and expect to win a basketball game.
Nope, South Summit has 8 turnovers. The Lady Dinos with 10. But free throw situation, 6 for 8 for the Lady Dinos, 1 for 2 for South Summit. That is a 5-point difference, and the Lady Dinos lead by 6, 19-13 at the end of the first half. Now looking at foul situations, 2 fouls right now for Broadbent. She's the only one in foul trouble for the Wildcats. J.C. Jensen has 3 for the Lady Dinos. Other than that, the foul situation, won't be a problem except those two players. And the thing about it is they're two important players for both teams.
And those are two key players for both of these squads. So Broadbent needs to watch what she's doing underneath on defense. Overall, she's done a good job since picking up those quick 2 fouls in the first quarter of staying straight up, blocking shots cleanly, and not allowing the refs to, or giving the ref any reason to blow their whistles. But Jensen needs to be careful when she's trying to wrap up jump balls. She needs to be careful not to reach around opposing players to try and tie it up.
It's halftime here at South Summit. And the Lady Dinos have a 19-13 lead. Winner moves on to play Richfield as they've won tonight. So the winner moves on the 24th to play Richfield. Right now the Dinos have a 6-point lead at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636 X-ray. That's 636-9729.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
Oh, I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com. Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
When it comes to doing spring projects around the house, I like to do it myself.
You mean we. You, me, and Central Commission. Honey, you know you're all thumbs.
Guilty. So that's why we get all the helpful advice from Central Commission needed to get our DIY projects done right.
Plus all the lumber, hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, and more at just one store. And at prices we can afford.
See the helpful pros today at Central Commission, North Main Street, Helper.
435-472-5579.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. The Lady Dinos up 19-13 here at the half at South Summit here at Camas, Utah. And we'll take a look at some scoring first for South Summit. Leading the way, no surprise, Emma Broadbent. She has 8 points in the first half, but got off to a slow start. But there towards the end of the half, she started to get a little bit of a rhythm. But you know what? The Dinos answered her, and they kept that 6-point lead.
Yeah, a big part of holding her to just 8 points in that first half was getting her in foul trouble early on the offensive side. They take the ball at her strong, and they bait her into a few uncharacteristic fouls, and that puts her in trouble. She has to sit out a bulk of that first quarter. She picked up those two early on, about the first minute of the half. So she had to sit a bulk of the first quarter, comes back in the second. She definitely makes her adjustments. But the Dinos overall have done a good job containing her.
Mariah Bowen, she has 3 points in the ball game, and Rose with 2, and that's the scoring for South Summit. There's 3 people putting the ball in the basket.
And Bowen's impact has been felt more on the defensive side of the game. She is stealing the ball like crazy. She's like a pickpocket out there in a big city. She's ripping the ball away. The Dinos sometimes look lost when she's guarding them, but she hasn't been able to convert, and she's been part of several turnovers for the Wildcats as well, lobbing the ball over her teammates' heads.
She plays with a lot of energy.
She does. She's a high-energy player, one of those motor players we're always talking about.
Yep. Taking a look at free throws, 1 for 2 for South Summit. They had 8 turnovers in the first half. The Lady Dinos, we talk about this. 3 people have scored for the Wildcats. Well, Carbon has 6 that scored in the first half. As we said, there's a lot of girls that can put the ball in the basket for the Carbon Dinos, and they did it here tonight so far. Leading the way is Jensen and Johnson, both with 5 points.
And in a game like this, Sonny, you're going to need a bulk of scores. And right now, J.C. Jensen, Bailey Johnson getting it done. Johnson having the big 3. She had a 5-0 run by herself. An incredible showing for the junior. The future's bright at Carbon High, but right now the seniors also putting in their fair share of the work.
Harley Hopes comes off the bench and has 4 huge points for the Lady Dinos.
And she's been key in stopping Broadbent as well. She's doing a great job on defense. One of the taller players on the Dinos, they needed her to shine and step up, and she has so far.
Curtis with 2 points, and Morley came into the ball game and had to play some minutes because of Jensen with her fouls, and she did a fantastic job. She has 2 points in the first half.
Yeah, beating the buzzer to get those 2 points, too. A nice offensive grab off a miss, putting it back up, beating the buzzer to help build the lead back up to 6 for Carbon.
Sage Villa with 1 point in the first half, 6 for 8 from the free throw line tonight for the Carbon Dinos, 10 turnovers, scoring by quarters after 1. The Dinos led 10-3, but then the Wildcats cut it to 1 point. It was 10-9.
Yeah,
and then the Dinos went back on another run of their own. South Summit outscored Carbon 10-9 in the second quarter, but the Dinos still with that 6-point lead after a good defensive first quarter.
And that's what you have to do when the opposing team's on runs. It's a cliche, but basketball is a game of runs, and the only thing you can do about that is when one team goes on a run, you need to respond with your own. If you don't do that, you're going to get blown out. The Dinos have done a good job responding whenever South Summit seems to have uncorked a run of their own.
So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for second half action. We'll look at some scores before the second half begins. When we come back here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play, Lady Dinos up 6, 19-13, halftime.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Second half action getting ready to begin. You have some scores from around the state tonight for us, Aiden?
Over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM at the halftime break. Emory up 30-9 over the Ogden Tigers. Another playoff game from our region. Morgan up 22-11 over North San Pete. Manti up at the halftime break 29-28 over the Juab Wasps.
We are ready for second half action, and the Dinos will go right to left on your dial, but getting the ball first will be South Summit. And they start the second half with Clegg, and their ball gets knocked out of bounds off the Dinos.
And a big shout out to both our listening audience on 95.3 The Peak, as well as over on our virtual scoreboard on Castle Country Sports Carbon. Now we hope to move on from that virtual scoreboard next year, but right now it's a good way to watch the full archives of these games, see how they go. It's always fun following the Dinos.
And stream the game on castlecountryradio.com as well.
So many ways to watch the Dinos.
Sit back and relax. It's going to be a great second half. Dinos up 6. Wildcats with the basketball. With it, it's Clegg. Clegg steps outside, gives it to Bowen. Bowen now comes right side to Rose. Back to Bowen. Shot clock says 10. Back down underneath. It goes to Bowen. She traveled. Good call.
She did. And Sonny, we talked about it in the pregame, the importance of making Broadbent fight for everything. Via doing an excellent job. She's applying constant pressure, bumping, grinding. She's doing an excellent job forcing her into an uncomfortable situation where I'm sure she's not used to being in.
Great game plan for the Lady Dinos so far in this game with 7:20 left, third quarter. Nice pass from Jensen to Curtis. Back to Jensen. Saved by Ferguson, though, almost went in the backcourt.
Good hustle by Ferguson to save the ball and keep the possession alive, but 15 seconds on the shot clock remain.
Gives it to Villa. Villa right side, gives it to Curtis. Curtis in the paint. Goes strong to the basket, whistle and a foul.
If that goes against Broadbent, that's a big, big time block. And it will go against Broadbent. That's going to be her third personal foul of the contest. Sunny, she really needs to lay off on defense now, and that's an advantage for the Dinos.
Actually, it was on Clegg. Free throw up and good.
Well, I'm a communications major, Sonny. I'm not the best at reading.
First free throw up and good. Second free throw up and no good. The rebound comes down to the Wildcats. Lady Dinos up 7-20-13. 6:55 left to play here in the third quarter. Bowen with the ball on the left side. Bowen now hands the ball off, gives it to Clegg. Clegg hands it off to Rose. Broadbent on the baseline, cut off by Villa. Back outside it goes to Bowen. Shot clock says 10. Great defense by the Lady Dinos. Bowen back over, it goes to Clegg. Clegg tries to drive. Good defense. Back out to Bowen. 2-1. Shot up, no good from three, and the rebound comes down to Curtis. Curtis to Jensen. Dinos have a 5-on-3. See if they take advantage of it. Ferguson for three. Air ball controlled by Villa. And then the rebound comes down to the Wildcats, and we come the other way.
And the student section lets her hear it. That's the one tough part of playing on the road. If you miss a shot, they're going to let you feel it.
Bowen, three-point shot down the barrel. No good. Rebound Jensen. Here come the Dinos back the other way. Jensen dribbles inside, works her way in the paint. Contact out of bounds. Dino basketball on the baseline. No foul called.
This game's getting a little chippy, Sonny. Every time you see a trip down court, players are flying down. The refs probably want to start reining this one in a little bit, tighten up that whistle. I love letting them play, but at the same time, you need to watch for player safety and things getting a little too chippy.
I agree. Gives the ball off. With it, it's Swayze. Swayze hands it off to Ferguson. Ferguson drives inside, jump step, gives it to Jensen. Jensen, left-handed layup, good! J.C. Jensen uses the left hand and puts it up off the glass, 22-13. Dinos up 9.
And that's why Jensen can't afford another foul. She needs to stay into this contest because she is a motor offensively as well as defensively.
Broadbent down low, triple teamed, works her way inside, puts it up off the glass and in.
And that's why she's dangerous.
10.
She can, if she gets the ball in her hand, she knows how to navigate these triple teams. They've been thrown at her all year. She's found out ways to navigate. They need to find a way to keep the ball from getting to her at all, and it's hard to do because, again, she towers about 4 inches over every player on the court.
Jensen with the basketball. Ball knocked out of bounds. Dinos will retain possession on the baseline with 5:12 left to play in the third quarter, and the Lady Dinos up 22-15.
And good defense being played by Taya Rose on J.C. Jensen. She knows that's a player you need to face guard. You can't allow her any separation or she'll make you pay. So South Summit making a good halftime adjustment on the the defensive side of things.
Arno in for Clegg. The Dinos will throw the ball in actually on the side. And it comes to Curtis. Curtis holds, gives it back to Jensen. Jensen goes around the screen, and a moving screen call on the Carbon Dinos. That's going to be on Curtis. And that'll be team foul number 1, and that will be her third with 5:08 left to play. And I think that was a good call.
I think so too, Sonny. It's always hard to see it go against the team you're calling for, but at the same time, that was a very wise call by the official. They saw the motion, and in a game that's getting chippy, you do need to tighten that whistle up like we talked about.
Bowen with it, past the half-court stripe, comes right side, picked up by Ferguson. Ferguson on her closely. Pass goes down underneath. Back outside, scramble for the ball. Bowen gets it back. Bowen with the pass down to Broadbent. Comes back outside to Bowen. Bowen for three. Short off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound. Scrambled, 4 on the ground. Bodies on the ground, jump ball.
Yeah, it's like that early 2000s emo song, Sonny. Let the bodies hit the floor as both of them fight for the jump ball. And, you know, the problem the Dinos are running into right now, they're making initial contact on the rebounds, but they're not bringing it underneath their chin. They're not getting that second hand on it and lead to a lot of rolling ball situations.
Jensen will bring it up the floor. Starts the offense moving past the half-court stripe. She comes, picked up there. Swings it over to Johnson on the left wing. Johnson down to Swayze, to Villa. She can't hold on to it in the turnover.
Bit of a miscommunication. They expected Villa to be out in the left corner. Instead, she cuts inside to the short corner, and that leads to a pass intended to go a little higher, a little zippier. It goes right off the hands of Villa.
Dinos full court pressure being applied. Rose with the basketball, gives it to Bowen. Bowen past the half-court stripe, swings it over the right side down in the corner. It's Arno. Whistle and a foul down underneath. As they get the ball down to Broadbent, we have a foul on the Dinos. Number 2, foul is on Swayze, her second foul.
And the foul, they're doing a good job keeping those fouls limited to Broadbent. They're playing physical still, but the rest have tightened up the whistle is the difference.
Arno will throw it in on the baseline. In it comes. Wolstenhume kicks it outside to Bowen, and Bowen with the 3. It was coming sooner or later. She was due, and she hits it 22-18.
Yeah, she had just not been having the stroke she wanted tonight, but finally getting something to fall could build up her confidence.
Swayze for 3. Air ball goes right to Broadbent. Broadbent brings it up the floor herself. 2-on-2, takes it all the way, lay it up, count it, and a foul.
And in that situation, as scary as Broadbent is running down the court, you don't want to go for a reach and foul. You need to plant, and you need to absorb the contact.
Count it for Broadbent. She has 12.
And Broadbent getting very emotional on the floor. She celebrates. She's showing a lot of passion. She's fired up, and in turn, South Summit's going to get fired up, and that's scary for the Dinos.
22-20 the score. Dinos up 2. Broadbent will be shooting a free throw. Chance for a 3-point play when we come back here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back. Emma Broadbent will shoot a free throw. Chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play, and she could cut this lead to 1. For the Wildcats, the Lady Dinos led 19-13 at the half. So they have been outscored right now 7-3.
And, you know, this is the South Summit we expected to see from the jump, Sonny. The Dinos' first half game plan was stellar, but halftime adjustments coming from head coach Matt Mapstone. He's done a good job mapping out what he needed to do, no pun intended.
Free throw, no good, and the rebound comes down to the Lady Dinos.
And they got lucky on that one. 3 South Summit players nearly pulling it down, bounces it right into the waiting hands of Sage Villa.
Jensen stands on the logo, sets the offense. Swings it to Curtis. Curtis, tip of the key. Kills her dribble. Lob pass down underneath to Smith, out of bounds, off the Dinos, and another turnover. It's number 12. The Dinos offense looking a little out of sync here the last couple of minutes.
And it feels like it's something on this side of the court, Sonny, because that was the same problem South Summit was running into early in this contest.
With the basketball, it's Bowen. Bowen double-teamed. Gets it past the half-court. Whistle, stepped out of bounds, turnover. Good defense by the Carbon Dinos. I tell you what, the Lady Dino defense tonight, I don't think it could be much better, honestly.
Johnson and Curtis coming in for the crash trap, forcing the step out of bounds. A defensive play much needed as the lead starts to dwindle. Now they just need to answer back offensively.
Jensen with the basketball. 3-point line. Goes around the screen, sent by Curtis. To Hopes. Hopes to Smith. Smith drives in, jump step shot, air ball. Saved by Curtis, but it goes to the Wildcats, and we come the other way.
Nearly bounces off Wolstenhume's side, out of bounds, but gets the lucky bounce off the curve.
Almost a turnover. Broadbent shot up, no good, gets her own rebound. Triple teamed, kicks it outside, swings it over to Wolstenhume. Shot up, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Wildcats, and they'll get another chance with it as Bowen.
And that's another reason why this lead's dwindling, Sonny.
3-point shot, up and no good. Wolstenhume with the miss. The rebound comes the other way. Jensen to Smith. Smith stops, uses glass, scores. Smith gets her first basket, assist by Jensen. 24-20, Lady Dinos up 4.
And a bucket was badly needed, and it comes in spades as they throw it away.
Turnover, Dinos get it back with 2:13 left in the third quarter, up 4.
Just realized my excited voice sounds a lot like my angry voice. It sounded like I was very upset about that turnover. No, it's a very good turnover for the Dinos. Coming with little effort. No energy really having to be expended as they send it soaring into the first row of fans.
Love your excitement, sir.
Well, thank you.
with the basketball. It is Jensen. Jensen top circle, throws it away. Right into the hands of Clegg, and then stolen back, but a whistle and a foul on the Dinos.
That was an excellent read by Clegg off the pass from Jensen. She does an excellent job cutting from the high post, sending it into the game, ripping it away, and takes it the other direction, but is fouled.
Clegg goes down hard, but she gets up, seems to be okay. Smith's come out, Ferguson comes in.
And it looks like it messed with her shoe a little bit. She's tightening that. And it still stays 24-20.
2:05 left to play, third quarter. 4 fouls on the Dinos, only 1 on the Wildcats. So the defense can be a little more aggressive for South Summit than the Dinos. Ball knocked away by Jensen. Ferguson comes up, tries to make a play. Down it goes to Broadbent. 15 feet from the basket, picks up her dribble. 3-point shot for the Wildcats, up and no good. Shot by Clegg, no good. Offensive rebound. Down it goes to Broadbent. Off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Curtis. Curtis to Johnson. Johnson will bring it past a half-court stripe for the Lady Dinos. Minute 30 left to play, 24-20.
A good half spin by Johnson to avoid the steal. Brings it back, slowing the pace.
Hopes for 3. Good! Harley Hopes. No hesitation whatsoever. Got the ball and shot immediately. Nothing but net. It's 27-20 Dinos. Big basket for Carbon.
And when you feel like you're possessed by a shooting spirit, you just take it, and it works for Hopes.
Whistle and a foul over the back on Hopes. That's a good foul there.
Yeah, that's a good
It's going to be free throws, but I think if she doesn't make that over the back foul, it's going to be an easy 2.
Yeah, no, she was out of position to guard any post move coming from Wollstonehulme. So a good decision there to come away with the foul. Like you said, foul shots, but she has to earn them now.
Wollstonehulme at the free throw line. Eyes the bucket, puts the free throw up, and it's good. Nothing but net. She gets her first points of the ball game. 2 for 4 as a team from the free throw line tonight. Checking into the ball game for the Carbon Dinos is Cartwright. Coming out will be Jensen. Also coming out of the ball game is Curtis. Morley checks in. Free throw number 2 for Wollstonehulme is no good. Rebound saved. Goes to Broadbent. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Dinos. Fast break the other way. Johnson from 15. No good. Had a good look at the basket. Out of bounds. And they give it to the Wildcats.
And the Carbon Loyal in front of us, Sonny, they're not happy about that
I think that was a miss.
It was a 50-50 call. I agree with you there. I just think with our disadvantageous angle, it's hard to make calls like that, especially when it's so close.
But a turnover back the other way. Hope steps in front of it. Morley down the floor. Shot off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Up and good! Cartwright comes in the game. Gets the offensive rebound. Uses glass. 29-21. 35 seconds left. Third quarter. Clegg down in the corner. Wollstonehulme shot no good. Broadbent right there. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound again. Whistle and a foul. And she'll shoot free throws.
And they got to send all 5 at her on the board because, you triple team her and she's still finding ways to make shots. You got to send the farm and then some on these plays. Broadbent has been a pretty good free throw shooter this game, but she has to earn those points now.
Free throw number 1 is in and out. No good.
And so that makes it a good foul.
That makes it a good foul. 24 seconds left to play. Hopes comes out. Via comes in, and Hopes gets an ovation, and she had some good minutes.
She did. She picked up her third foul, which is why she has to sit, but she's been playing unconsciously on offense.
Second free throw by Broadbent is good. She has 13 in the ball game, and it's Dino basketball. Ferguson past a half court. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson between the circles. Goes around a screen set by Cartwright. Picks up her dribble. She's in trouble. And double dribbled. She got in trouble, and she was in trouble for so long, she forgot that she picked up her dribble.
Yeah, sometimes those thoughts start racing in your head. You forget the most important fact, which is the fact you can't put that ball back on the floor. But 11.4 seconds left, Sonny. They just need to have a good defensive stand. Don't let that get in the paint to Broadbent.
Yeah, don't give up points here in the last 10 seconds. They go down to Broadbent. She's right in front of the basket. She'll put it in. She has 15. So the turnover leads to 2 points. Half-court shot by Johnson, short. On line, but short. And that turnover leads to 2 points, and that's a huge 2 points. Cuts it to 5, 29-24 after 3.
And we knew this was going to be a low-scoring affair, Sonny, but I don't think anyone anticipated to be this low-scoring. We were thinking, low 50s, high 40s. Right now, still sitting underneath the 30 mark at the end of 3.
Well, take a look at scoring by quarters. The first quarter right now is the tail of the tape. The 10-3 lead for the Dinos after one. They led by 7. Well, South Summit outscores Carbon 10-9 in the second quarter, making the halftime score 19-13. They outscore Carbon 11-10 in the third quarter, so it's 29-24. The outscoring them by 1 point is not going to be enough. The Dinos just need to keep playing the way they've been playing, and they could pull a huge upset here and move on to play Richfield on the 24th.
Over on our sister station, KOL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Not much of an upset watch there. Emory currently up midway through the fourth quarter, 54-17.
So Emory will move on. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be at Richfield. Carbon Dino boys, second round action. Pre-game 12:30, tip-off 1 o'clock. Carbon and Richfield. Should be a good one. We'll be there for that as well.
It's like Jordan said, there's no place we won't go, Sonny. Nope. North, south, central. We like following the Dinos. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, we do. And with the basketball, it's the Wildcats, and throwing it in will be Clegg. She'll throw it in a half court. Dinos go right to left on your dial here to start the fourth quarter. In it comes. A lob pass down to Broadbent. You know what their game plan's going to be now. They're going to go to Broadbent as often as they can. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Ferguson.
And Carbon doing a much better job now corralling that rebound, getting 2 hands on it. They've been trying to go up with 1, and that's what's been causing all the problems.
Jensen in the paint, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Broadbent. Knocked away, controlled by the Dinos. Turnover, give it to Jensen. Jensen traveled.
Yeah, no, that was just one of those ones where you get a little too excited. You feel a little too open, think you can do a little dance, and the ref sees that and thinks, no, you can't do that.
Well, the Wildcats did a good job getting their hands up in the air, and that makes you change your shot.
It does. You have to readjust on the fly, and sometimes when you're midair, that's a near impossibility.
Bowen with the basketball. Bowen, bounce pass, picked up by the Dinos. Turnover. Ferguson with the basketball, pass a half-court stripe, gives it to Jensen for 3, right wing. Good! J.C. Jensen has 10 from the right wing, and the Dinos are back up 8, 32-24 with 7 minutes left to play. And a turnover by the Wildcats. We come the other way. 15 turnovers for both teams. We are even in the turnover category.
And that turnover, every time South Summit turns to that play, it feels like it's an unforced error.
Yep.
It goes soaring over the player's head and goes out of bounds. Dinos get another possession. That's one of the big difference makers in this contest.
Jensen with the basketball, gives it to Curtis. Curtis fakes the 3, drives inside. Picks up her dribble, goes over Broadbent, who blocks the ball and controlled by the Wildcats. She's just a force in there. It's hard to score in the paint on her. Whistle and a foul on Jensen. That's going to be her 4th.
And she's yelling, I'm fine, cancel the sub, but she needs to take a rest. I think that reaction at midcourt kind of means she needs to take a seat for a second, take a deep breath.
That was a foul before the Wildcats got the ball past half court. That's her 4th.
She was applying full court pressure, so I get at the same time, you have to be aware of the situation.
So with the basketball, it's Rose. Whistle and a foul on the Dinos, foul on Johnson.
And Johnson recognizes that one's on me, that's on me. She definitely kind of forced her way into a knockdown.
I'd like to see the Dinos not get a lot of fouls because they can play more aggressive down towards the end of the quarter. Fourth quarter action, they're up 8. Bowen with the basketball, guarded by Ferguson, drives inside, back to the basket. Finds a little gap, puts it up short. Rebound underneath comes to Swayze.
And they forced Broadbent into essentially a decoy right now. They're using her. They know they like to pass to her, so they're trying to get something going. But
pass from Ferguson to Swayze on the left side, and then a foul on Bowen.
But every time it feels like they're going to pass the ball to her, they've been taking separate shots. But when you look at scoring averages for this team, not many other scorers available for the Wildcats.
So the Dinos will throw it in, bounce pass in, knocked away, and a turnover for Carbon. On the inbounds pass, we come the other way.
And again, a rock in a hard place. It was either going to be a 5-second violation or a turnover. You had to just choose between the two.
Wildcats with the basketball. Bowen with it, comes right side, picked up by Ferguson. Pass down underneath, got through the Dino defense. Broadbent underneath, shot up, no. Are they going to count that?
They're calling it on the ground.
On the ground. Foul on the ground. Team foul number 3 on the Dinos with 5:57 left to play, and they're already at team foul number 3.
You need to play a little cleaner now. It's okay to have this much right now. And they pick up 4.
Pick up a 4th foul.
Well, now you really can't afford to foul, Sonny, because the next shot's free throws. You wanted to save that for when that clock starts hitting the 2-minute mark, and if you find yourself down, that accelerates your death by free throw. That lets you get more opportunities at the basket.
They'll throw it in on the baseline once again, and it comes to Bowen. Bowen shot off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down underneath, basket up and good by Broadbent. She has 17. She's averaging 20 a game. She's probably going to get there. 32-26, Dinos up 6.
And countless rebounds for her as well. She's probably meeting both those averages and then some by the end of this contest.
Swayze with it. Gives it to Villa, top circle. Swings it over left side to Ferguson. The defense is picked up for the Wildcats. Ferguson from the free throw line. Won't go. Rebound underneath. Give it to the Wildcats.
I think that was a good call. Last touch looked like it went off Villa's arm. Wildcats go the other way. 5:25 left, down 6. But in a game where points have come at a premium, Sonny, it's going to be a bit harder for them to make up this deficit.
5:22 left to play. Past the half-court stripe, they get it to Rose. Rose gives it down to Wolstenhume. Whistle and a foul. A turnover, and the Dinos get it, and then a foul.
And that's one of those shots you're okay with Wolstenhume taking. She's shown so far this contest that she only really can make those shots on the low blocks. So by letting her take those short corner shots, she gets a little excited. You know, it's that same factor that plays into wide open layups. You feel a little too open, you rush something, and it goes askew.
Yep. With the basketball, it's the Dinos. Johnson with it. Top circle comes right side. Picked up there. Pass goes down underneath the Curtis. Shot up off the glass. Won't go. Almost went in. Out of bounds. Give it to the Dinos on the baseline with 4:57 left to play in a 6-point lead.
And one of the fun side stories going on in this game is the battle of fans between Carbon and South Summit. Why they're on the same side of the gym, I don't know. But it's caused a lot of fun. Lots of cheering from both sides. The Dino fans, they travel well and they get into these games.
They traveled really well today. There's a lot of people here. Here we go. And it comes to Johnson. Johnson gives it to Ferguson from 15 feet. No good. Offensive rebound down underneath by Villa. Out of bounds. Dino basketball on the baseline.
And it was a good job by Wolstenhume staying straight up. She knows that you're not going to be able to put a shot off your feet, and even if you are, it's going to be not going to have enough arc to get over her long arms. So a wise play, but Dino still get possession and a third chance.
Johnson will throw it in, and it comes deep to Ferguson. Ferguson drives inside. Lots of contact, no whistle, and we come the other way. Had to be a foul there, I feel. They give it to Broadbent. She drives inside, kicks it outside to Bowen. Bowen back down to Broadbent, off the glass and in.
And Dinos having to play some of that possession with only 4 players after that contact on the other side. And a timeout called by coach. They have to take her out. She took a bit of a lump. She's got a bit of a stinger on her arm. She walks off holding the left arm. That's Madison Ferguson, but she looks like she's okay. She's rubbing it off right now. Jensen going to check back into the game, as will Hopes.
I feel like that missed call went the other way for 2 points for the Wildcats, but you got to play through it, 32-28.
Yeah, a bit of a swing there, like you said, but you do have to play defense on the other side. And Emma Broadbent, they left her one man short in terms of defenders, and she was able to convert on that opportunity. She only had one to beat, and if you put her in a one-on-one situation on the low block, it's barbecue chicken, Sonny.
The referees have a tough job, Aiden.
They do. That's something I don't envy their position. I'm up here. I can talk crap on them. I don't want to. I don't have to make these calls. There's no repercussion if I get something wrong. If they do, it could decide a game. So that's a stressful situation. That's something that's weighing on the back of their mind as the game continues.
4:25 left to play, 32-28 the score. Jensen back into the game for the Carbon Dinos. Jensen with the basketball. Goes around the screen, set by Hopes. Hopes with the basketball. 3-point shot down the barrel. No good. Off the back of the iron. Saved by Morley, out of bounds.
She tries to save it, but accidentally throws it into the face of a young fan on the other side of the court. But fans okay. Make sure to check on her. Still 32-28 following the turnover.
2-possession game. Dinos full court pressure. Bowen breaks it. Takes it down the right side, down on the baseline. Bounce pass down underneath. Reverse layup good by Broadbent again. She has 21. It's 32-30 with 3:58 left to play. They've got to stop that paint scoring to maintain this lead, Aiden.
And it's something only 3 teams have been able to do all season, Sonny. It's hard to stop Broadbent when she finds a rhythm. You need to disrupt her somehow.
Out of bounds, Dino basketball.
And they've taken J.C. Jensen out of the equation, too, defensively a little bit. She knows she's playing with 4. They need her on the court, so she has to play a little lax on the defensive side of things.
Johnson with the basketball. Picked up by Bowen. Gives it to Jensen on the right wing. Jensen with the spin move in the paint. Puts up a shot. Whistle and a foul. And J.C. Jensen will go to the free throw to shoot 2.
Have you seen someone since James Harden in that 2019 season who is so good at using their body to get to the charity stripe? He has such good control over it, adjusting to draw contact and then really selling that contact on her way down. A chance to retake the lead, bring the lead back up from 2 to 4.
First free throw is up and no good.
And a rare miss from the line from J.C. Jensen. Remember, she was a key reason why they won that Emory contest. She was a menace from the line. And when she's connected, she's connected. But when she's not, it can be dangerous for the Dinos.
Second free throw by Jensen is up and good. She has 11. Dinos lead 33-30. 3:36 left to play in the ballgame. Bowen with a basketball. Bowen swings it right side. It goes to Clegg. Back to Bowen. Bowen looking, trying to get it down to Broadbent. They do. She's quadruple team. Somehow she gets to the basket and a whistle and a foul. I don't know how she split the defense. She did. She goes to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2 free throws.
She uses that pivot foot so effectively.
She does.
Finds the smallest gaps, steps through, and then with a wide pivot, clears herself away. It's like using a broom, back and forth, until she has enough space to put up a shot.
And she has a big step. So she covers a lot of ground when she goes through that and splits that defense. And the first free throw by Broadbent is up and good, and she has 22. Second free throw is good as well. The senior, 23 points in the ball game. The Dinos lead by 1. 3:19 left to play, 33-32.
And you look at it, Sonny, the next leading scorer has 6, so she has been the story of this game.
Jensen for 3. No, it's long off the back of the iron, but the offensive rebound goes to Morley. Morley down underneath, ball knocked away, goes to Jensen, whistle and a foul. Team foul number 4.
And you can see the wrestling roots of South Summit. Taya Rose does a nice double leg takedown on Jensen as she's chasing the rebound. Luckily gets up okay, but one more foul on South Summit. That's going to be free throws.
Been a lot of players on the floor tonight, hasn't there?
That there has, Sonny. You know, it's like the weather outside's having an impact on this. You see cars piled up on the road. You see bodies piled up here. Just chaos everywhere we go.
3:04 left to play, 33-32. Dinos lead by 1. Bounce pass to Morley on the ground and a turnover. Back the other way comes the Wildcats with a chance to take the lead. They have not led, I don't believe, in the game. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound up, no good. Jump ball, and it will go to the Dinos.
Yeah, they have not led the entire game, Sonny.
That's right, yep.
They jumped off initially to a good start with Carbon. Oh, wait, no, they led 3-0 to start this game. But since then, they haven't led since the first quarter.
You cut it to 1 once. Now it's back to 1 again. Morley with the ball on the left side. Morley with a bounce pass to Curtis. Curtis go over to Johnson on the right wing. Johnson down low. It goes to Hopes. Hopes traveled.
She got caught up in Broadbent, and then a crashing Woolstenhume causes her to travel. A costly mistake right now, Sonny. With only a 1-point difference, you need to stop here. That's something the Dinos have been able to do all night long. But can they do it when the lights are shining the brightest?
2:30 left to play. Bowen with the ball. Bowen brings it past the half-court stripe for the Wildcats. Takes it right side. Nice bounce pass going to the basket and free throws. Bodies go to the floor. That's a hard fall for both players. We'll see if they're okay.
Yeah, lots of contact there. I wouldn't be surprised to see if this one could get elevated to a flagrant level. Hopes comes in, and she hits with the body pretty hard.
Both players are up. And free throws for Ruby Clegg with 2:23 left to play and a chance for the Wildcats to take the lead for the first time since early in the game.
Yeah, it looks like the refs are discussing what to do in this situation.
Hopes comes out. Dia comes in.
That is going to be the 5th foul against Hopes, too.
She fouls out with 7 points.
She's been a key contributor in this game, Sonny. She did an excellent job containing Emma Broadbent, and that's been the difference maker so far.
Free throw up and no good. 5 for 10 from the line tonight for the Wildcats. The Lady Dinos are 8 for 12. One more free throw to come. 2:23 left to play. Second free throw up isn't good. Clegg with her first points of the ballgame, and we're knotted up at 33 with 2:22 and running left to play. Johnson past the half-court stripe. She comes guarded by Bowen. Whistle knocked out of bounds. Dino basketball.
And that is good. That's lucky for South Summit. That wasn't whistled a reach and foul. That would have been free throws for the Dinos. And like you said, 75% from the line tonight. That's going to be something where they do normally capitalize on those opportunities. So free throws here for Carbon could be a difference maker.
Shooting free throws for the rest of the game, both teams. Ferguson with it, gives it to Jensen. Shot clock says 23. Plenty of time. Jensen drives inside. Kicks it back outside to Villa inside the three-point line. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Broadbent. Broadbent with it. Across the half-court stripe, gives it to Bowen. Bowen on the left side. Minute 55 left to play. Tied at 33. Down to Broadbent. Off the glass and in. Broadbent has 25 points. Timeout Carmen.
And
with a minute 47 left to play. 35-33. The Wildcats up 2.
She got cooking, Sonny.
Yep.
When she figured out how to beat the Dinos' defensive pressure, it turned into a completely different ball game. Of South Summit's 35 points, she is responsible for 25 of them. Your next leading scorer has 6. Emma Broadbent is carrying this team on her back right now. She is doing nearly everything for South Summit. Her teammates now have a chance to start making some big shots to try and separate. The Dinos, on the other hand, they need to find a way to score now.
Well, let's look at it. 35 points for the Wildcats. 25 of them belong to Broadbent. 6 to Bowen, 2 to Rose, 1 to Clegg, and 1 to Weston Hume. That's the scoring for South Summit. Scoring for the Carbon Dinos, leading the way is J.C. Jensen with 11. Hopes with 7.
And Hopes is out of the game now with those 5 fouls, so they're going to have to find someone else because she has been the Broadbent stopper over the course of this game. She's the only player who's even comparable in terms of height and size that was able to contain Emma.
Johnson with 5, Curtis with 3, Wardley with 2, Cartwright with 2, Smith with 2, Villa with 1. 35-33, Wildcats with the lead. The Dinos behind in this ball game since the first 2 minutes of the first quarter.
The
when
first
it was
2 minutes, 3-0 lead for South Summit. They stormed back and they took the early advantage and they held it until this point. Sonny, this is do or die time now for the Dinos. You said you were feeling good on the drive up here about this game. This is a time to see if those feelings were true or if you're a false prophet.
Getting ready to throw it in, and it comes to Villa to Johnson. Johnson will bring it up the floor, gives it to Jensen past the half-court stripe. Jensen picked up there by Rose, now goes right side to the wing. Goes around the screen. Bounce pass to Curtis is intercepted and a turnover for the Dinos, number 19. Stolen back by Carbon and a whistle.
J.C.
And
Jensen
a foul.
with the steal. Picks the pocket of Mariah Bowen off the rebound. She thought she was clear. You're never clear when J.C. Jensen is near. She gets fouled on the shot. She gets a chance at the line now and a chance to knot this one back up. Sonny, I wouldn't be surprised to see overtime.
The Dinos turn it over and they get it right back. And J.C. Jensen at the free throw line to shoot 2. Eyes the bucket for free throw number 1. Puts it up. And it is good. She has 12 in the game. 35-34. Dinos down 1 with a minute 29 left to play. Second free throw by Jensen is up. Short off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Broadbent whistle. What do we have? We have a lane violation. So the Dinos get a break.
Sometimes the light of the Lord shines upon you and glows into the whistle of the official as Jensen gets chance number 3, a second chance to tie this one back up.
Jensen's free throw. Good.
That's the thing.
She has 13 in the ball game.
She's not going to miss 2 in a row from the charity stripe, Sonny. She's proven that time and time again.
Tied at 35 with the bounce ball to Clegg. Clegg in trouble. Timeout called.
And that's got to be the game plan for the rest of this game. You want to force them into sticky situations on the perimeter. Their ball handling skills aren't the best outside. Where they've been able to dominate has been the interior with Broadbent.
Yeah, you got to keep the opportunity to get the ball down low.
you've tried stopping Broadbent when she gets the ball in her hands. That's obviously not working, and it probably won't work for the rest of this game. She's figured them out. But if you're able to secure the perimeter, force them into sticky situations, we see it time and time again. They throw the ball over their teammate's head as they go to the corner. You need to capitalize on that. Force more plays like that while still playing good defense on Emma Broadbent.
Yeah, definitely make their offense uncomfortable before they get the chance to get the ball down low.
You got to do it.
That's the key. 35-35 with a minute 20 left to play. Dia, Curtis, Jensen, Ferguson, Johnson on the floor for the Dinos. Minute 20 left to play. They'll throw the ball in. The Wildcats in front of their own bench. In it comes to Bowen. Bowen with the long pass down underneath, knocked out of bounds off the Dinos. But that's their plan. That's what they're going to do.
They're going to be hunting for it, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her now that they're got them baiting on Broadbent again if they use her as a decoy.
That probably should have been an offensive foul, honestly.
More than likely. I agree with you there.
You can't do that.
Yeah, and in the state of Utah, getting away with a push-off, that's insanity.
37-35 with a minute 5 left to play. Jensen's going to take the three. No good off the front of the rim, and the rebound comes down to the Wildcats. 56 seconds left to play, 37-35. Dinos need a stop here. Bowen with a basketball. Takes it right side, hands it off to Clegg, and a whistle. And the shot clock is at 33.
And it definitely more than 2 seconds had passed in that possession. And they're telling her they're looking to get it to her on the block. And I think everyone in the gym is aware of that fact right now based on the 27-point outburst from Broadbent in this contest. Remember, Sonny, she ended the first quarter with 4. She's had 23 in the 3 quarters since.
Yeah. In the corner, Bowen gives it outside to Wolstenhume. She'll hand it off to Rose. 37 seconds left to play, 14 on the shot clock. Bowen. Westenhume back to Bowen. Pass down underneath. Controlled by the Wildcats, but she steps out of bounds, and the Dinos have the ball, and the shot clock is off with 26 seconds left to play. 37-35. The Dinos trail by 2. They have the ball. And it comes to Jensen.
Shot clock is off.
It's
Sonny.
off.
It's the debate now of coaching styles. Do you hold for the last shot, or do you score as quick as possible? They call a timeout with 18 seconds left. That's what that's going to be the decision of Coach Blank.
The only bad thing about calling timeout is you have to throw the ball back in again.
You do, and they've been doing an excellent job on the inbound, but it's been more good defense along the baseline.
Yeah, but you want to make sure this is a good offensive possession. It has to be with 18 seconds left, down 2. So I think the timeout is good.
I think it's a necessary right now, Sonny.
Yes.
You're in a situation where at any given moment, you could decide your fate, either a trip to the state quarterfinals or a long, long bus ride home.
Okay, let's reset this game. 37-35, Wildcats with the lead over the Lady Dinos. Both teams with 5 fouls, shooting free throws. 2 timeouts for the Dinos, 1 timeout for the Wildcats. That's where we sit. 37-35. What a game.
This is an incredible showing, Sonny, for both of these squads. The Dinos are fighting with everything. Everything is going to be left on the floor. Win or lose, the result of this last Dino shot, that it matters in terms of winning the game, but in terms of effort and hustle throughout the course of it, the Dinos have left it all out there. This has been a scrappy contest, and you're taking the number 3 team in the state, Sonny, to the distance. This is a game where a lot of people expected it to be a blowout.
On their court. No, that's a great showing by the Lady Dinos. 18.4 left to play, and Jensen will throw the ball in on the opposite side of us. Here we go, Aiden. 18 seconds left. Dinos down 2.
I'm going to hold my breath.
And it comes to Curtis. Curtis back to the basket, gives it to Jensen. Down to 14, down to 13. Jensen dribbles in, back to the basket, puts up a shot, and the paint scores! Jensen makes it 15 on the night for Jensen, and we're tied at 37 with 5 seconds left to play.
Ice in her veins, Sonny. Ice in the veins of J.C. Jensen. Backing down with no courage. That's a Kobe Bryant maneuver right there, Sonny. You're one of your favorites,
yes.
And she's showing glimpses of the Mamba on the floor, tying this game back up. No fear in the heart of J.C. Jensen.
37-37 with 5.8 seconds left to play in the ball game. Now, did they give them too much time?
That's going to be a dilemma because we know what the play is going to be. They're going to try and get it to Broadbent. Broadbent has been on fire. They're going to try and find it to her. It's your job to not allow that, but you have to be mindful, too, of the foul situation. A foul here sends them to the line, and despite them shooting 50% from the charity stripe so far, this is something that those early quarter fouls could come and bite you as time starts to wind down.
I feel like on that last offensive possession for the Dinos, I didn't know, and I don't think the Wildcats really knew. Were they going to shoot a three for the win? And it left their defense guessing, and Jensen got in the paint, and she scored.
Sonny, it had me guessing, too, if I'm being honest. I didn't know what they're going to do. I figured the ball was going to come into the hands of J.C. Jensen, but after that, that was up for Coach Blank and the players to decide.
Out they come. Broadbent is going to stand right at half court here with 5 seconds left to play.
They're not going to bring full court pressure. I think that's the right move. You want to focus your attention on Broadbent.
Are they going to... You got to take a little bit of time off the clock. She's going to go like football. Here she comes to half court. She gets the ball. Swings it over to Bowen. Bowen drives inside, down underneath. Shot it. No good. Rebound comes down to the Dinos, and we're going to overtime. They tried to use Broadbent as a decoy, and it almost worked. They had a perfect look at the basket, did Wolstenhume.
It was like a hook and curl, Sonny. She catches the curl.
It was a great play.
It was a fantastic play, but they just could not convert. They had an opportunity on the drive, an opportunity on the low block, but now that demoralizes you as a player as we head to overtime, Sonny. What a showdown between these two teams. They have the number 3 seed on the rope, Sonny. Survive and advance. That is what their motto is right now. Jim Valvano popularized that phrase, and right now the Dinos are an embodiment of it. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
No, 37-37 the score. What a game.
I have a final score from the team they would have been playing had the bracket not been reshuffled. Morgan comes away with a 58-27 win. So right now, feeling like a much more favorable shuffle bracket with the reshuffle.
Yeah. So we have played a full game of basketball, and we get bonus.
I'm always down for free basketball, especially in a game like this, Sonny. 5 more minutes. This is the second overtime thriller we've had this season, and it's going to be a fun one.
Here we go. We will jump at center court. Curtis will jump against Broadbent. Broadbent with 27 points tonight. J.C. Jensen with 15. 2 leading scorers in the ball game for both teams. Broadbent, 27 out of the 37 points belongs to Emma. She's had a good game.
You got to keep an eye on Jensen. She's got 4 fouls.
Tip goes in the back, and it's controlled by the Wildcats. And with the basketball, it is South Summit. Swing it over to the right side, goes to Clegg. 3-point passing. Back to Bowen. Bowen trying to get the ball down underneath. There's an open shot by... That was over the back, but out of bounds, and the Dinos get it anyway. But Broadbent was over the back there. Got away with that. Shot goes out of bounds. Dino basketball with 3:38 left to play. You agree?
I agree, Sonny. My heart is racing right now so much that my vision is blurring a little, but this is a fun game.
Jensen with the basketball. Picks up her dribble, 3-point line. Gives it to Swayze, back to Jensen, between the circles. Jensen goes right side now, still with it. Now picks up her dribble. In a little bit of trouble, gets the ball down to Curtis. Shot clock says 13. Back to Jensen. Shot clock says 10. Jensen's going to take the 3 from the wing. No good. Out of bounds. Ball goes to the Wildcats.
And it was a good hustle effort trying to chase it down. Was Becca Swayze. Just couldn't get a hand on it as the score remains 37-37. Neither team capitalizing on offense, as has been the theme of this game.
Decent look at the 3. Couldn't get it to go with 3 minutes left to play, tied at 37. Bowen comes right side, picked up by Ferguson. Gives it over to Rose. Rose between the circles. Nice save. Almost threw it out of bounds. Clegg with a great save. Remember that. If they get points here. Short off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound comes down to Jensen.
And, Sonny, they're trying to do too much outside of their play style.
Jensen all the way. Good off the glass. Jensen takes it to the basket, uses glass, lays it up and in. Dinos up to 2:35 left to play. Bowen takes it all the way. Runner, no good. Rebound, Broadbent. Stolen by the Dinos. Great play by Jensen, and she gets it to Ferguson.
The two Titans clashing, Sonny. Broadbent and Jensen tying it up. I'm so excited right now.
Jensen with the basketball. Bounce pass goes to Ferguson on the left side. She's on the wing. Gives it to Curtis. Tip of the key. Back to Jensen on the right wing. Down underneath the Villa. Shot up, no good. Contact, no whistle. And we come the other way. That looked like a foul.
I don't know, Sonny. She kept planted, and Villa more ran into her than the other way around. I think that was the difference maker in the decision.
With the basketball, it's Clegg. Gives it to Bowen. Weston Hume. Back to Bowen for three. Good! Down the middle. Bowen has 9 points in the ballgame, 40-39. It's a 1-point lead for the Wildcats.
They needed someone other than Broadbent to do the scoring, and right now Bowen comes away with it.
Jensen from 15. She answers back with 19, and it's a 41-40 ballgame with a minute 24 left to play. What a game. Bowen for three. Answers back on the other way.
She's feeling it, Sonny. She is feeling it. She's catching fire from deep.
Jensen with the ball. Drives inside. Lays it up. No good. Rebound Broadbent.
It takes a lot of courage to run down the court, pull up without looking at your teammates. But my goodness, did it pay off in dividends for the Wildcats.
58 seconds left to play. 17 on the shot clock. They spread the floor. Whistle. What are we doing?
Shot clock again, it looks like. A consistent problem throughout the contest, but that's one of the harder positions you could be running. And we talked to the guy earlier. He's the only one running the game clock, the scoreboard, everything he's in charge of.
Butler and Morley into the ball game. Ferguson and Villa out. 54 seconds left to play in the game. 28 on the shot clock. 43-41 Wildcats. Bowen has came down and hit 2 threes from the top of the just on the other side of the top of the key, right down the barrel. Bowen with the ball. Swings it right side to Clegg. Clegg drives inside, steps back 3-point line to Bowen in the backcourt. Turnover, Dino ball.
And that's a lucky break for Carbon. They're only down 2, Sonny, so they don't need to get anything fancy. 35 seconds, 5-second difference between shot and game clock. I wouldn't be surprised to see time tick down a little bit. They get the ball into the hands of Jensen to have her do what she did to send this game to overtime in the first place.
Johnson in for Swayze.
Defense to offense substitution.
Wow, what a game tonight.
Sonny, I'm excited. I'm loving this.
And it comes to Jensen in the backcourt.
And I don't think the student section understands the rule.
Yeah. Jensen with the basketball just inside the three. Good! Jensen just inside the 3-point line. We're tied at 43. 28 seconds left to play. The shot clock off.
LeBron could never
Timeout.
She's got ice in her veins. She's taken every shot with courage. She knows she can make it. She's feeling herself right now, but you need to keep in mind she's got 4 fouls. The defensive intensity has led way, though, to offensive aggressiveness as the Dinos knot this one back up again. Another timeout on the floor.
43-43. What a game. This might be one of the best games I think I've ever seen high school level. Well, it's just been fantastic.
And, Sonny, you know what the best part is? The full game archive will be available on Castle Country Sports Carbon. Following it, you can go back, relive this game. No matter how it ends, this is going to be an exciting one. And so, yeah, listen on the Castle Country Radio app right now, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play, Sonny. Like you always say, where you need to be. And right now, that rings truer than ever.
So let's take a reset here, 43-43. Both teams with 5 fouls. So we'll be shooting free throws. 2 timeouts left for the Dinos, 1 for the Wildcats. That's where we sit.
And looking at Broadbent, I can tell you 1 of 2 players this is going to go to. This is going to go to Bowen or it's going to go to Broadbent. Both of those two have taken over. Bowen more so in the overtime period.
Weston Hume, they went to last time and used Broadbent as a decoy. 25 seconds left to play. Weston Hume to Bowen. Bowen, 3-point line. Gives it over to Clegg. Back to Bowen. 16 seconds left to play. They don't have to shoot. They can wait for the last shot. Bowen's for 3. No, not this time. Rebound underneath. Dinos. And they call double dribble.
That's a lucky break for South Summit. But the refs are calling a conference. Sonny, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one overturned. Carbon ball out of bounds.
Carbon called timeout. They called timeout before the double dribble when they got the rebound. Coach was trying to call the timeout.
And, Sonny, it feels like all great games have something like that happen. I mean, you look earlier in the year to the BYU-Utah football game, a very similar situation happening. A sack for a safety that would have sealed the game for Utah. Called back due to a timeout, a double dribble there, called out from a timeout by Coach Blank. Coach Blank, you got to give him credit for that. That was a wise decision. He recognizes his player has full control. He can call the timeout, and he needs to take advantage of it. And, Sonny, they have a chance to win.
They have a chance to win. There are 6 seconds left in the first overtime. 43-43.
And this is the perk of having so many players that can put the ball in the basket. They're going to expect it to go to Jensen. I wouldn't be surprised to see them use her as a decoy as they use Broadbent at the end of regulation.
They're going to full court pressure, Aiden. So let's see if the Dinos can break away and get a shot. Now they're going to send them back.
They don't want to risk a foul here, Sonny.
No, because free throws for the rest of the game with 6 seconds left. The inbounds pass is stolen. And a timeout called. The Dinos could not get the inbounds pass in. Now, the Wildcats have the opportunity to win the game with 3.9 seconds left, and they throw it in on the baseline. And that's not where you want them to be able to throw the ball in at.
No, especially with Emma Broadbent, but we have seen it before. This one could go interesting. They've seen them miss shots in this situation. One of the most exciting games I've ever seen, Sonny. I'm hoping for double OT because this one, it feels like it's too good to end.
Yeah. What a game.
It's like one of those really good dreams and your alarm's about to go off. You just hope it can go on a little bit longer. And the Dinos looking to keep the dream alive for themselves as well. A win here for either team is a trip to the state quarterfinals where they will be playing the Richfield Wildcats at Utah Valley.
They took a chance there because they played full court pressure. They had nobody really back. If the Dinos could have got that ball in and got past half court, they would have a shot.
They would have. And, Sonny, it was a good play on the ball, too. Borderline foul, but a good job making the play strictly on the ball as they come away with the steal. Coaches stressed on the bench. I can't blame them, Sonny. This is one of the biggest moments of the game.
Okay, we got 3.9 seconds left to play. South Summit will throw the ball in on the baseline right underneath their basket. With 3.9 left to play.
They need to be aware off the play off the back as well. And a timeout called by Coach Blank.
And the coaches
trying to ice the inbounder.
Because they have one left. No timeouts left for the Wildcats. So if they can put pressure on this inbounds pass and get a 5-second call, they have neither team with timeouts now. No timeouts left. Wow. What a game.
This has been an exciting affair, Sonny. Fans from Carbon, fans from South Summit getting into it. When you think about a basketball atmosphere on the high school level, this is what you picture. This has been one of the most electric showings from both of these teams. As the student section's chanting, fans sitting in anticipation, silenced the Carbon crowd is as they have to stop the inbound along the baseline. These blob plays can be dangerous, especially when you have a very potent post player like Emma Broadbent.
The Dinos come in first round action and they defeat Ben Lomond easily. They come to the second round here. They have to travel to South Summit. South Summit, a 3 seed, and the Dinos have given them all they want and more. It's been a great showing by the Lady Dinos.
You're getting that magic a little earlier than usual, Sonny, and I'm all for it. I love a good upset, and the Dinos looking to play spoiler to a very good season from the Wildcats.
3.9 left to play. Here we go. They'll throw the ball in again on the baseline. The Wildcats come out. Broadbent on the low block right side. They're throwing the ball in on the left side. Underneath the basket. 3 seconds left. Still looking.
6.
Still looking. And it comes to Bowen for 3. No! Tipped up, no good, and now we will go to double overtime.
Sonny, I'm going to start running out of quarters to use on our scoreboard. We're up to 6.
We need to take a break.
We do.
we need to take a break here. After one overtime, we'll go again. It's 43-43 here at South Summit. Lady Dino Basketball, 95-3 the Peak.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball, 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play tonight. We will go into the second overtime, tied at 43.
I need to take a breath to say this one has been fun. Looking at South Summit's broadcaster, he's having a similar thought still in this one as both teams step to that midcourt circle yet again. Now, again, an important stat to watch right now is J.C. Jensen. She leads the way with 21 points, but she has 4 fouls. If South Summit can bait her into something early, that could be disastrous for the Dinos.
Broadbent, Curtis to jump once again. Controlled by the Wildcats, and back with the basketball, it's Bowen. Hit a couple of huge threes to keep this game going. Bounce pass goes on the right side, goes to Clegg. Clegg drives the baseline, knocked out of bounds off the Dinos. 3:45 left to play here in the second overtime, tied at 43. Both teams scored 4 points in that first overtime.
Yeah, and it was a fun 4 points for everyone involved. Big shots from every party as they get the inbound again.
Bowen, 12 points on the night. Comes to the right side, picked up by Ferguson, drives the baseline, picks up her dribble. Westenhume gives it back outside. Bowen for 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Curtis.
You can tell she's used to shooting from deep, Sonny. That one in the corner that was a little shorter than what she expected overpowers the shot.
With the basketball, it is Jensen. Inside the three-point line. Good again! Just stepped inside the three-point line and hit the 2 down the barrel. 45-43 Dinos.
Now, if this continues the same way, steal! Oh.
Wow. There's some action going on there. I thought it was a jump ball. I kind of got lost there for a second. I didn't know what was going on. Looked like a jump ball, but the Wildcats get it back. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say, Sonny. I was confused as well.
3-point shot by Bowen. No good. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis gives the ball off to Jensen. 45-43, Dinos by 2. Ferguson with the ball, 3-point line, back to Jensen. Jensen guarded closely there by Rose. Jensen drives inside, off the glass, no good. Rebound, we're going to have a jump ball, I believe.
They're going to call foul. She didn't have the ball wrapped up. She had the arm of Broadbent wrapped up.
Foul on Curtis. Broadbent will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And it was a rare miss on the drive from Jetstream Jensen. She goes flying down, just couldn't get the shot to fall with the right. They're trying to energize the bench right now. A senior leader for the Dinos, or a junior leader in Bailey Johnson, trying to ignite the bench as Broadbent steps to the line. She's about a 50% shooter tonight, Sonny, so this could go either way.
2:27 left to play. Free throw number 1 is up and good. 28 points on the night for Broadbent. 45-44, Dinos by 1.
A true clash of the Titans between Broadbent and Jensen, going back and forth.
Second free throw won't go. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis hands the ball off to Jensen. JC will bring it past the half-court stripe, picked up there by Rose.
And Jensen looks cool as a cucumber.
Goes around the screen set by Curtis. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Ferguson. Ferguson, she'll go around the screen set by Jensen. Gives it back to Jensen. It was tipped. Oh, I thought that ball was tipped.
That was definitely tipped, and the ref's saying it's tipped, so Dinos will retain possession.
Yes.
Bit of an interesting call that the far side ref makes it.
But they got the call right.
They got the call right, and that's what matters.
The only thing is they have to throw the ball in.
And that's something where South Summit has capitalized time and time again.
And it comes to Jensen. 2:08 left to play, 45-44. Jensen with the bounce pass over to Swayze, back to Jensen. 3-point line, now dribbles inside. Whistle and a charge.
Emma Broadbent lighting it up, laying her body on the line. That's going to be foul number 5 on Jensen.
Yep, that will be number 5 on Jensen. She will have to leave the game.
And she's taking a second to huddle them up before an emotional leader. No matter what happens tonight, J.C. Jensen, 23 points as she exits the court. What a showing from the senior.
So with the basketball, it's the Wildcats. Past the half court stripe comes Bowen. Bowen with the basketball. Dinos lead by 1, 45-44, minute 49 left to play here. It's second overtime. Bowen still with the basketball. Dribbles inside. Quadruple teamed. Stolen by Ferguson. Ferguson will keep the ball down the left side. Gets it outside to Villa. To Swayze. Down underneath to Curtis. Curtis with the move. Shot up. No good. Whistle foul. Free throws for Curtis. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. These are huge free throws.
My heart's beating, Sonny. This is stressful, but I can't imagine the stress they're feeling on the court, but they're still remaining calm, and that's what matters. They're staying level-headed.
Bailey Curtis, good. Free throw number 1. She has 4. The Dinos have shot 11 for 15 from the free throw line. They're up 2, 46-44.
And that could be the difference maker.
Second free throw, nothing but net. Dinos up 3. Bowen with a basketball. Past the half-court stripe she comes. Gives it to Clegg. Back to Bowen. Bowen swings it left side to Rose. Cross-court pass to Clegg. Clegg to Bowen. She'll take the 3 from there. Good again! She's got 15. We're tied at 47. Back the other way come the Dinos. Johnson on the baseline. Bounce pass goes to Curtis. Curtis drives inside. Gives it off. Shot up and in! Swayze, 49-47. We're under a minute left to play. Bowen comes back down the floor. Goes out of bounds off the Dinos and went off Villa.
Yeah, it was a fight for the ball. They're trying to get it down to Broadbent early. Villa tips it away, but it goes out of bounds. A good deflection, but you wish it would have gone in the other direction.
You were pointing that way. You were hoping. And it comes to Bowen. Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Broadbent. Ball knocked away, whistle and a foul, and it's going to the Dinos.
And a good job by Becca Swayze. She's been held scoreless to this point, but comes up with the biggest rebound of the night as they go the other way. 46 seconds left and a chance at the line. Sonny, one free throw makes this a 3-point game. 2 makes it a 4 and an unlikely comeback.
Yeah, she had the last 2 points, though, for the Dinos. Swayze did.
She did. She is coming up when it matters. It doesn't matter how many points you have, Sonny. What matters. It matters most what you do with your opportunities.
46 seconds left to play. 49-47. Swayze at the free throw line. Free throw up and good. It touched the backboard, the rim, the backboard, and went through. And that's okay.
Up, down, left, right, forward, backward, Sonny. It's like a little John song, but it drops and they get the point.
This could make it a 2-possession game. Second free throw doesn't get the bounce. And the rebound comes down to the Wildcats, 50-47. 40 seconds left to play. With the basketball, it's Clegg. Clegg swings it over left side to Rose.
They're going to be hunting the 3-point play or the 3-pointer.
Bowen. Good from 3 again. Bowen has 18. 50-50. And if it wasn't for Bowen, this game would have been over.
Yeah, she is coming up big time and time again when they need it.
Shot, no good by the Dinos, out of bounds, and it goes to the Wildcats with 11 seconds left to play.
Timeout called. South Summit.
Bowen has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes in the game, and they've all been huge.
And Sonny, let's be clear. She entered overtime 1 with 6 points.
Yes.
She has exploded for 12 over the course of these 2 overtime periods. She is putting on a master class from beyond the arc. You talk about staying composed, staying cool, and making the shots that count. Well, a perfect example of that is Mariah Bowen.
So we go back to 11 seconds. Once again, the Wildcats have the ball and the opportunity.
If they can't convert on this opportunity, Sonny, it feels like this one's going to come down to whichever team gets tired first.
50-50. Jensen fouling out of the ball game with 23 points on the night. She led for the Dinos. Emma Broadbent has 28 points, all huge, but Mariah Bowen has 18 points, and she's been huge down the stretch. And the Dinos, they've had scoring from everywhere once again.
And that's what's really made the difference. You see only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players for South Summit scoring. for Carbon, a plethora.
11.1 left to play.
That crossbar in the basket keeps throwing me off. I thought it was 1.1.
With the basketball, it's Bowen. Down to 7, down to 5. Bowen with the pass down to Broadwick. Shot underneath on Broadbent. What do we got?
They're going to call a foul.
They're going to call a foul. Broadbent was underneath the basket, and the ball hit the bottom of the rim. She got the rebound, and with 2.5 seconds left to play, she will shoot free throws.
Yeah, so they're not going to call the shot. They're going to say the foul was beforehand, so she's going to be heading to the line with a chance to shoot 2. Now, Sonny, a chance she misses both, but it's unlikely.
Free throw number 1 is no good.
You let out a sigh of relief for that, Sonny. They got to get the rebound, though. South Summit has excelled in crashing the offensive glass. If she is unable to make this, they have a chance for a putback. But substitutions coming in as entering the game will be Taya Rose.
Rose into the game, as you said, for the Wildcats. Here's the free throw, 2.5 left to play. Second free throw was up and good.
Quick timeout called by Coach Blank with 1.9
seconds left to play. 51-50, the Wildcats.
You can afford to split that trip, but it'd give you a little more reassurance if she hadn't, or if she had made both, because now they have a chance. And that's all you need sometimes, is that chance.
51-50. I think they put 2.4 seconds back on the clock.
I think that's what we will be sitting at when it returns to play. But, Sonny, the Dinos on borrowed time right now. They need to get something happening, and the way they've been shooting as this game has proceeded has been nothing short of incredible. So they have a genuine shot at this.
51-50. Dinos down 1. Second overtime.
And the fans on their feet for both sides. Going to be an exciting finish.
This has been a great game.
It has, Sonny. I have no complaints about this from the fans, the officials, the plays. It's been a spectacular game.
Dinos come out on the floor. It's going to be Curtis, Johnson, Worley, Smith, and
2.5
Bowman.
2.5 seconds on the clock.
2.5.
Blocked by Broadbent on the initial one. It's a wise move by the coaching staff to put Broadbent on the inbounder. She has long, lanky arms, and it makes it hard to get around. She's very effective at blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, and defending the inbound.
And it comes to Johnson. 2 seconds. One Smith at the buzzer. No good. Hits the backboard and the rim, and the Wildcats knock off the Dinos tonight, 51-50.
I've never seen a team celebrate like this for beating a 14 seed. A little salty.
Yeah, the Dinos. This is a tough one.
This is a tough
one. I feel like they deserve to win this game tonight the way they played. They fall 1 point short, 51-50. Teams are shaking hands at half court, and the final score tonight, 51-50. Wildcats with the win over the Lady Dinos. What a game.
What a showing from the
Lady Dinos gave everything tonight.
In a game where they were expected to be blown out, being able to come away and take the 3 seed to double overtime, nearly 3, and a chance to win it at the end, you got to give them credit. That was an incredible showing from the Lady Dinos. If you're going to have your season end in heartbreaking fashion, this is the game you want to have it happen to.
Wow, what a game.
I feel defeated, Sonny.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss for words, and that's rare for me. I'm a notorious yapper.
I mean, it was a great game both ways. It's just you feel for the Lady Dinos because they gave everything tonight. Everything against a 3 seed, and they fall 1 point short, 51-50.
South Summit advances to the quarterfinals, where they will face the Richfield Wildcats in what's sure to be a stellar showdown. Sonny, it was an incredible game from the Dinos. You got to give credit to every single one of these players, especially the senior leaders and Coach Blank. They left it all out there. They really did. Just sometimes that ball, that final shot, isn't going to bounce in your favor, and that's the unfortunate reality of the sport. Only one team can win.
So the final score tonight, once again, 51-50. South Summit with the win over the Lady Dinos. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you are saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects, or are you already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. We are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come visit us at 82 West Main Street in Price and let us show you what opening an account with Cache Valley Bank can do for you.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars, Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. What a game tonight. The Lady Dinos just fall short 51-50 to the 3 seed. And the South Summit Wildcats will move on to go to Utah Valley on the 24th. They will play Richfield. We'll take a look at stats tonight for the South Summit Wildcats. Leading the way, Emma Broadbent. She had 29 points in the ball game. She played fantastic. 8 in the first half, 21 in the second half, and the 2 overtimes.
And, yeah, she was stellar. She iced that game with the free throw. She had a slow start to the first quarter, picking up 2 quick fouls in the first minute. She had to sit a bulk of the first, which makes scoring 29 points all that more impressive. She was electric tonight, and you can tell that she is built for high-level basketball.
But then you have Mariah Bowen. She ends up with 18 points, and she hit 4 of the toughest threes at the pressure time of the game like nothing.
And great players take advantage of situations they're put in. She saw the moment, and she seized it. You got to give her a lot of credit, Sonny. Those 4 threes in overtime, ending the regulation with 6 points, finishing with 18. That's the show of a true gamer.
She hits 5 threes in the game, 4 crucial threes, 18 points on the night. Rose finishes with 2, Clegg with 1, and Wollstonhume with 1 for South Summit. So between the 51 points, 47, right?
Yep,
of the
47.
51 points went to Broadbent and Bowen.
Yeah, they were the difference maker in this game. You know, you had opportunities for Mackley, Wollstonhume at the end of the game. Taya Rose had an opportunity. They didn't capitalize, and that's why we ended up in overtime. Those two were the story of this game for South Summit. A slow start for both Broadbent and Bowen. Broadbent getting her work done in through three quarters of regulation. Bowen stepping up when they needed it most in overtime.
7 for 14 from the free throw line for the Wildcats. They had 20 turnovers on the night. Taking a look at the Carbon Lady Dinos tonight, leading the way, JC Jensen. She finishes with 23 points, 5 in the first half, 18 in the second half, and the 2 overtimes. She fouled out of the ball game, and with 23 points, just a stellar performance for JC Jensen. And we talk about Mariah Bowen hitting some huge shots. Well, you know what? JC Jensen hit some huge shots, too, for the Lady Dinos down the stretch.
And J.C. Jensen was the reason that this game went to overtime and second overtime after that. When the Dinos called her number, she was ready to step up, and she stepped up in a big way, dominating both the second half and the overtime period. She was a true hero for the Dinos tonight, left it all out there. You got to love what J.C. has done for this program.
And the junior Harley Hopes came off the bench tonight, and she was huge. She had 7 points in the ball game. Her defense was great against Broadbent. She went into a little stall when Hopes was guarding her, and she got back in the rhythm again. But Hopes fouling out of the ball game as well with 7 points. So Jensen and Hopes, the 2 leading scorers for the Lady Dinos, both fouling out of the ball game.
Yeah, and you know, aggressiveness comes at a price sometimes, especially in a situation like that. You know, it's hard to see both your leading scorers go down early, but the rest of the Dinos did an excellent job stepping up and filling that void left by those two. I mean, we always talk about it, Sonny, as a balanced scoring effort when the Dinos are on the floor.
Yep. Bailey Curtis finished with 5 tonight for the Dinos, along with Bailey Johnson. She had 5 points as well for the Lady Dinos. Becca Swayze with 3 points on the ball game, and then you have Smith with 2, Mordley with 2, Cartwright with 2, and Villa with 1. So as you said, lots of people putting the ball in the basket for the Dinos, and I think that's what makes this team so hard to defend is there's so many Lady Dinos that can score. It makes it tough on the defense. Now on the other side, South Summit has a couple of girls that put the ball in the basket, and you have to figure out how you're going to stop that as well. So the defensive side, the Dinos had to figure out how to stop a couple of girls, and South Summit had to figure out how to just play complete defense because anybody can score.
And you could tell that really played an impact in the late stages of this game, Sonny. When you have a team full of scorers, it makes it really hard to pick one person out to send double teams at. If everyone can score, you have to defend everyone. And South Summit, to their credit, they did a good job in the closing moments of the second overtime in doing that.
So they were 13 for 18 from the free throw line, 19 turnovers on the night for the Carbon Dinos. They fall short 51 to 50. That's the stats for the Lady Dinos. Let's take a look at scoring by quarters. After 1, the Dinos led 10-3. Excellent first quarter for the Lady Dinos, up 10-3. Second quarter, South Summit outscored the Dinos 10-9. Dinos had a 19-13 halftime lead. Third quarter, South Summit outscored the Dinos 11-10. The Dinos had a 29-24 lead. In the fourth quarter, South Summit outscored Carbon 15-10, made us tied at 39. And then in the 2 overtimes, South Summit outscores the Dinos by 1 point, and they come away with a 51-50 double overtime win over the Lady Dinos.
And 1 point is all the difference it takes in the game of basketball, Sonny. This isn't, that's just the nature of sports. You're going to have games where you're going to come out by that 1 point margin. You're going to have games where you lose by that 1 point margin. And unfortunately for the Lady Dinos tonight, it was the latter.
Yep, both teams made some key shots, but Emma Broadbent fouled with 2.9 seconds left to play in the game. Missed the first free throw, but hit the second one to break the 50-50 tie. The Dinos got a shot off at the buzzer. I think it was after the buzzer.
Even if it would have gone, it would have been waved off.
So the Dinos, they fall short 51-50 The final score tonight, South Summit with the win. Congratulations to the Wildcats. They move on. They knew they were in a ball game tonight, though, against these Lady Dinos.
That they were, Sonny. I think we should take a break, come back. Before putting the final touches on this bracket, let's take a look at what the state playoff bracket will hold going forward.
Sure.
And we'll just take a quick break here in the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Bring it back one more time. Look at what lies ahead for all the teams in the state tournament now. It's in the knockout stages.
Yep.
And then we'll just jump back to this, put our final touches not only on the broadcast, Sonny, but the Lady Dino season, and it feels bittersweet to say that.
Yeah, it does. 51-50, the final score, double overtime. South Summit advances. Dino basketball, 95-3 the Peak, where the Dinos play.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you are saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Mommy, I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
Drive into savings with Desert View Federal Credit Union. If your vehicle's introductory rate just expired and you're looking at a scary new payment, it's time to get to Desert View Federal Credit Union. They offer competitive refinancing options that will keep your payments manageable. Plus, the knowledgeable staff at Desert View Federal Credit Union will make the transition smooth and hassle-free. Don't let high rates speed off with your cash. Take control of your finances. Visit Desert View Federal Credit Union today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back. 51-50 South Summit with the win over the Lady Dinos. The Lady Dinos they don't need to hang their head. They played their hearts out tonight. This was an incredible game. As you said, they took the third seed to 2 overtimes on their court. Couldn't ask for any more out of the Lady Dinos tonight. They just played a great game.
It was an outstanding showing, Sonny, from the Lady Dinos. It's games like this that really do leave you heartbroken. I mean, it's a tough one to swallow. I mean, you're looking at it, and they had everything but that last second shot, and then they gave it their all and just come up just short. And that's sometimes how the dice roll in the game of basketball, and it's an unfortunate reality. But you can't fault the Dinos for hardly anything that happened out on the floor tonight. They were stellar.
Yep. Sports, sometimes you get the happiness and you get the tears as well. And this was a heartbreaker tonight, 51-50. Now let's take a look at the brackets, as you said, after the Friday night games. We'll take a look and see what's going on around the state.
So with Morgan's victory over North Sanpete and Emory's victory over Ogden, we are going to have a 5-4 matchup in the quarterfinals. Those two teams just a few years ago were in the state finals. Morgan came away with the upset win. They were the 8th seed entering that tourney, and they came away with a state championship at the expense of the Emory Spartans. So Emory going to be hungry for a little revenge there. Looking at that, Grantsville coming away with the win over Delta tonight. We don't have any word from Layton Christian or Judge Memorial, but that one, a 9-8 matchup, so that one's a toss-up right there.
Right.
So we know Grantsville will be making their debut in the quarterfinals against either Layton Christian or Judge Memorial. Canyon View defeating Juan Diego Catholic tonight. And I have a final score for Manti and Juab. Let me pull that up, as Juab comes away with a narrow 49-46 win. A heartbreak there for the Templars, as Juab will face Canyon View in the quarterfinals. Here, of course, Carbon falling 51-52 South Summit. South Summit will be taking on the Richfield Wildcats. A Wildcat on Wildcat matchups there, Sonny. You got to love when the mascots line up like that.
There's going to be some great games.
There is.
In the 3A at Utah Valley, yeah.
It's going to be an exciting tournament, Sonny. That's what I love about 3A is each year, even if there is a clear favorite like Grantsville is this year, anyone can beat anyone on any given day, and that's what makes this sport so exciting. We almost saw a prime example of that tonight. Unfortunately, Lady Dinos just fell just short.
So once again, the final score tonight, the Lady Dinos losing to South Summit 51-50. But our basketball is not over. Tomorrow we will be in Richfield. Pre-game show at 12:30, tip-off 1 o'clock. The boys go into the second round and battle the Richfield Wildcats.
I need the Dinos to win that one comfortably, Sonny. I don't think my heart can handle another nail-biter like it did tonight. That's going to be a fun one, though. The Dinos, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, so they have a lot of momentum going on their side. And with that major win at the end of the season against North Sanpete, it feels like they have fortune on their side.
So once again, the final score, 51-50, South Summit with the win over the Lady Dinos. Want to thank South Summit High School. They were great to us tonight, weren't they?
They were incredible. They showed us a lot of hospitality, and sometimes you don't see that from opposing teams. You know, they don't want you there. But South Summit welcomed us with open arms, and we thank them for it.
And want to thank all the listeners for Lady Dino basketball throughout the season and the sponsors. And like we said, don't forget, we will be at Richfield tomorrow. Pre-game show, 12:30, tip-off 1 o'clock.
Yep, and that'll be available right here on 95.3 The Peak, over the airways, CastleCountryRadio.com, the Castle Country Radio app, or we will have our virtual scoreboard up again tomorrow on Castle Country Sports Carbon. So many ways to follow the Dinos. You really have no excuse not to listen.
I hope I have a voice.
Me too.
I'm starting to lose that. That was a high-intensity game, wasn't it?
A lot of yelling. It's the good kind of yelling, though, you know?
Oh, boy. Once again, 51-50 South Summit with the win over the Lady Dinos. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Once again, the final score, 51-50 South Summit advances. Hope you have a great evening, and go Dinos, good night.